Every time. Every time. Every time. Just.
Welcome into the Upstate Pulse. It is a beautiful Saturday. Things are starting to get a little bit warmer out, which is not a bad thing. And we are looking forward to 2 awesome hours of craziness and things that are unexplainable as far as content goes. And if this is your first time listening, welcome in. We still are getting new listeners all the time. We appreciate that. You may say, Lonzo, because that's me. I'm Lonzo. What is this show about? Well, this show is, when it's like your break time and you're at work and you're like in your cube and you don't think anyone notices what you're doing. And so you see that here's what these young stars look like when they grew up, and you click on it, or aliens found in Idaho. They love potatoes, and you click on it because you want to see if it's russet potatoes or other kinds of potatoes.
Potatoes.
Yes, exactly. So that's what we do here. We talk video games. We talk pop culture. We talk a bunch of things like that. And today is an auspicious occasion. It's a wonderful date, which I'm going to get to in a moment. Before I do, let me introduce you to the 3 other people who are in the studio, and another one is on his way. And when he gets here, we'll introduce him. Odie is here.
Buongiorno.
There we go. Obviously, he's from Italia. Matthew is here.
Hey, what's up? I'm in an exhausted state right now.
Okay, all right.
We give him one.
We'll let it go. We'll let it go.
Would you like a Pappy pep talk? That'll wake you up.
It was heartfelt. And he looked at me like, "Come on, man," and I couldn't take it. All right, and the other voice you hear is Cameron.
Guten Abend.
And welcome into the show. Now, this is a special occasion for 2 reasons. One, it's bracket time. And if you've listened to the station for any moment of time, or if this is your first time listening, this is our 9th annual Upstate Pulse bracket. So we've been around at least 9 years. It might be 10 because I can't remember if we did the bracket the first year because it was 10 years ago. So I don't remember. Some proper research might get me there. I don't know. But also there's this thing, and I want to start the show off with this. All right, 9 or 10 years ago, I was doing a show called The Scoreboard with Lonzo and Matt, and we have been doing that for over a decade, which was a sports show. And of course, we, believe it or not, talk sports. And we did that for a long period of time. And what usually would happen after the Super Bowl, there would be nothing on in this time slot. So they would have to go back to regular programming. The consultants, back when we used to have them, said, well, most stations, producers have their own show on the weekends. And so LexCorp came to me and to Chris Evans and said, hey, we need you to do a show for the summer. So we always have something going on the entire time. And neither one of us really wanted to give up our summer, but when you're told by LexCorp you're going to do something, you're going to do something. So then we said, you know what? And Chris and I were sharing an office I was like, Chris, what do you want to do a show on? And he asked me what I wanted to do a show on. And we both said exactly the same thing. So I wrote up a write-up for this program, sent it to LexCorp. He looked at it. He changed one line. I don't even remember what the line was. Sent it downstairs, and the rest is history. And here's the thing that happened. When football season rolled back around, the decision was made to keep this show and cancel my other show, which is weird. So one of my shows canceled my other show. It was bittersweet. That thing lasted for like 14 years and it had a really good run. And this one has lasted for 9 or 10 years. Again, I don't remember which one it is, but I'm so glad that it happened.
How does it feel to be your own best competition?
Oh, well, if I'm going to have any competition, it's only going to be me because I'm the only one that can compete with me because that's how me is. For that. And the very first broadcast, Chris and I jumped on the air, and here's how it went. All right, everybody. Welcome into the Upstate Pulse. Yes, if you hear that familiar voice, it is Lonzo. Looking forward to the start of a brand new program. Usually off this time of year, but we were approached by management. And here's the reason why. A lot of you have spoken out and said, you know what? I would love to hear what Lonzo says about things and what Chris says about things, and
we want more of them.
Yeah,
that's really what.
And here's the thing, we're not surprised.
No, it's not shocking at all to us.
Yes, that other voice you're hearing is Chris.
You might almost say it was obvious.
Yes, you almost would say that. The other voice you're hearing is Chris Evans, who is the producer for the Tara Show, which can be heard Monday through Friday, 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. Okay, so there you go. That was the very first show, however many years ago that was, and that's how we went on the air for the first time. And so we are still here. And I always, this time of year, and pinpointing the exact date, it's in this month, so it's hard to pinpoint the exact date. But I have chosen today to be that day as the anniversary because it always is around when we start the brackets. When the show started out, it was me and Chris, obviously, and Angry Zach Adams, who you see comment on occasion, who's been back on the show some. And then we went through various other guys, and then we found what I believe was the core of the show for a long period of time. It was me, it was Chris, it was Zach, and it was Patrick Brown. And we had a very good run for a while. And then things started to happen. There was the Saturday Purge, as it's come to be known, when all the other shows got let go on Saturdays. And we were the only one who made it through that. And it was, as I recall, a cost-cutting move, which companies do on occasion. And we were able to continue because we were basically doing the show for free. So, because Chris and I both were salary, so you adjust your hours, then you're not really, you're still getting paid, but it's kind of like for free. So, but we lost our producers, so it had to be just me and him. And then Chris decided to move on to engineering, which is not a lateral move. It was a great move for him and more money for him. And he's enjoyed his time, but he does miss being on the air some. And then COVID hit and I had nobody, and they knew I had nobody, and they didn't care, the powers that be, because I needed to adjust and I need to make things. And then came my savior, my child, the guy sitting over here to my left,
hi,
Cameron, come in to help me, because I'm never going to be that guy who sits in the booth and talks by himself. I'm a guy who feeds off of other people, who likes back and forth, and didn't have that. So Cameron went out and bought a green screen, and StreamYard was so helpful for that. So we were able to do the show on StreamYard, and we're able to do some cool stuff like interview Chris Rager and Josh Martin and some other things like that. And then things started to ease. When things started to ease, there's this guy named Tim Snow that came in, and he was the first producer I was allowed to bring back on to the show, which started to build the show back up. And he needed a nickname. I told him T2. He'd never seen the movie. But the nickname.
Yes, I have.
At the time, he didn't see the movie.
Yes, I have.
You said he's ready to fight already. Look at that. Look at that. Ready to fight already.
He comes in just in time to
fight. So
I just said I've only seen that movie once.
So it was Tim and I in the studio for a while because we weren't allowed to have anybody else in, and Cameron at home. And one of the first things we did, I told Tim, I was like, listen, I'm about to get angry. And when I get angry, I don't want you to take it seriously, but I need you to play this music precisely when I give you the nod. And that was Tim's first foray into one of the things we do here, and that's karaoke. And then I sang, am I a man or am I a Muppet? And the reason why is because some lady said my name sounded like a Muppet, and it hurt my feelings. So I lash out on the radio. That's what I do. So we got into fantastic. We started getting our groove back on the show. It was me and Cameron and Tim for a long time. And then Tim said, hey, Matthew in the newsroom was like, yeah, I've seen him. Yeah, I know who he is. He's into a bunch of stuff that we're into. So maybe we should invite him on the show. And so we did. And then he didn't leave, which is fine.
Yeah, he stuck with me.
Yeah, he just came in and he just never left.
I still find it really funny because when I first came in to interview for the news job, I remember being introduced to you and seeing The Office, and hearing about the Upstate Pulse because I had mentioned at some point that because they asked me about like hobbies and stuff, and I mentioned that I'm into gaming and stuff like that, and they mentioned the show, and it kind of, I thought it was really cool and everything when I came in and saw the office and everything and heard about it, but I was so focused on the news stuff because I'm like, I kind of want a job.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
Of course, that it just kind of went in one ear and out the other for 3 years, and now here I am.
And see, there was a thing for a while that they wanted news people to only be news people.
Yes.
And so I went and before I asked you, I went and talked to Lee, and I didn't mention it to LexCorp because, you know, I'll deal with that later. So I went and talked to Lee, and Lee's like, oh yeah, that'd be good. He'll have fun there. So thanks to Lee, and mostly thanks to Tim, then we had our 4. And then some other things have happened within the building. Tim's had to go do family things, and he's also had to run a lot of things. And when he went to other things in the building, then LexCorp told me he hired a new guy, and I'm like, okay. I put most new people on the Upstate Pulse so I can get a feel for them. There's only been a couple people who didn't fit. And one of the people who didn't fit, I left him on the show because he didn't fit, and it was funny.
Mm-hmm.
And another one, I quickly got them off. But of the show, stop it. And then we brought on Odie, who gives me looks and things like that when I say things that are accidentally off color.
When an Irishman comes onto the stage, he has to have his music behind him, partly because he's the producer and he can grab the music, but utterly because he's Irish and a little bit different. And that's about it.
So anyway.
So he's a tad bit strange, y'all.
So today we have 5 for the first hour, then Matthew has to leave because he's got some stuff to do. But we have 5, and it's a pretty good rotation, and I'm happy with where we are right now. There was a time when I thought this show was done. And when I thought this show was done, then Borderlands, the wonderful people at Borderlands, came in and said, we're going to be your sponsor. And then I was like, okay, so I guess we're continuing. And love Rob Young, and the fact that he's come on and Borderlands has been a sponsor for the show. By the way, South Carolina Comic-Con, man, they keep adding guests. They could do an entire anime with all the voice actors they have. All right, so I want to thank everybody who's been along with us from the beginning, or if you're new, thank you for finding us. Hopefully we do something to make you smile, or at least think, man, that's so stupid. I feel smart. That's what we're here for. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we're going to get into our bracket. You are listening to the Upstate Pulse right here on News Talk 98.9 WORD, the voice of the Carolinas.
You're not dancing with me, Ozzy. And then at some point, German discotheque.
German disco is king, and it will always be listened to, yeah.
It's like the mashed potatoes, you know? It is comfort food.
I wouldn't go so far to say mashed potatoes are the comfort food. I do like the Wiener Schnitzel. It is the comfort food.
Yeah, the Wiener Schnitzel.
So, what is the Irish favorite way of preparing the potato?
Did we not cover that last week?
I don't think so. And if we did, I forgot because I'm old. And there might be new listeners who don't know. And so, I mean, if it's touchy, you don't want to talk about the potato. I get it.
What's this one?
When I made potatoes on Saturday for the potluck that I did, I think I'm finding the right balance of potatoes that I like in it. Of a Yukon Gold to about 1.5 times weight in Yukon Gold. Did I say Yukon Gold twice? Russet's Yukon Gold. 1 to 1.5.
You did say Yukon Gold.
What's that last word on his title, on Tim's title? I can't read it because
The Terminator?
On
In
the booth.
of the late.
Oh. So he's like in the booth.
Which is actually pretty funny.
I thought it was on the booth of the tater.
He didn't put it up though. I put that
In
on
the
there.
booth of the tater.
Okay, all right.
So what you're saying
Doesn't
is
say latte?
you like UConn's potatoes.
Irish exchange student.
You like UConn's potatoes.
What did I put on camera?
Those are really good, yeah.
Oh yeah, I put on Matthew's one.
All I can think
What's
of
the
is,
news, man?
All I can think of is Yukon Cornelius from Rudolph Red-Nosed Reindeer, like claymation. Like
Yeah, no, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
I'm just like, you never have you like never heard of Yukon Gold or something?
no,
Hater.
You never heard of that before?
no.
It's a type of potato. They're really good for mashed potatoes.
It's just a coincidence that came in
It's a
there. No one put that
very,
in there on purpose.
Trey, it's on Thursday nights, buddy.
It's a very thin-skinned potato. They're usually a lot smaller.
Oh no, I put the
So,
promo in there on purpose.
and
That's
mix
been in there
On
for a
the
while.
television,
though.
not on the radio. I don't have
get
the
a
radio.
little
So
bit of
he's
flavor in there and that
leaving
fiber in there as well at
After the
same
first
time.
hour,
Gotcha.
and you can decide if you want to come in here or if you just want to stay.
They've
where
got a
you are.
little bit of a sweet taste to them.
Yeah, I don't.
In the booth of late. I would come in with you, but I kind
You
of.
don't have to be lonely.
I'm
Forgot to put my
alone.
aromatics
All
in there when I was
alone
cooking
at the
those.
end of the
So they were a little
evening.
bland.
I'm sorry,
Otherwise-
I got lost for a second.
Come
What?
to
I said I forgot to put my aromatics in them when I was cooking it though, so it was a little bland.
Aromatics.
I
You
actually.
know, you know how much it makes like the when there's like
The what?
What?
What's it do? Okay, that's not what you did the first time.
That's two different things.
yeah,
Odie.
so it's like yeah.
They could be the same thing
oil and mash
because
and
we don't
stick in
know
the
quite how to rate your reactions.
stew. 40s taters. When there's a big gap between one ad and the next ad, you're just like,
Oh yeah. I absolutely hate when the first newscast starts at 3:00 every day, and sometimes if the ad will end like a second or two early, or it will just take a second to start up, and because it's happened before, I am absolutely terrified every time I hear of, oh my gosh, did it crash on us? Oh my gosh, is the audio not coming through to me?
Yep.
Because we had a day like that one time, like I think it was. No, not last year, but the year 2022, I think.
where the
Or it might
audio
have
didn't
been
come in.
early 23. But like it just our board just shut off on me and I couldn't get any audio.
That's insane.
Yeah.
I hate that.
Welcome back into the Upstate Pulse. Lonzo, Odie, Cameron, Matthew, and Tim, also known as T2. I don't know what we're playing here. I don't.
look,
Why are we so mellow right now?
Yeah,
The
I mean-
fields were calling me, okay?
The
I
fields
feel
were.
I feel like I'm in the Shire.
Yeah,
Yes.
the limestone fields were calling me, and I'm just a little bit homesick, and I'm just a little bit emotional and hormonal, okay?
Should we
Okay.
start a bar brawl?
I've got to ask something that I just started thinking of. We
Go ahead.
have an intro that refers to a pet. Who is the mascot or pet of the Upstate Pulse?
Odie.
I'd like to say, I'd like to put my hat in that ring
Okay.
as a mascot,
Pappy.
not the pet.
Happy the
Because
pet.
the pet that costs extra.
I'm not petting Pappy.
You know, Tim doesn't like being in that room, but you know what's cool about that room?
What's that?
The light on the microphone, dude. That is sweet.
Yeah,
It
he
is
didn't
kinda
know.
That's-
cool.
I mean, nobody else has a light on their microphone.
Yeah, but Charlie put that in here, I believe.
Yeah.
It was in there from the beginning because
Yeah.
I worked out of that news booth before he came back into the studio.
So
Oh,
I
it was?
wonder. I
Mhm.
wonder when the new board is put in here, will we all get lights?
I would like a
We'd
light.
all be glowing.
That would be better, yeah.
That would be
To have a
pretty.
light on us.
Yeah, because
cool.
then it only comes on when the mic's on, right?
No,
Well, turn the mic
Hey.
off. I want to see.
it's not. I just turned it on.
So it
Oh, okay.
turns on when you have either the board itself on
Okay.
or the mic turned on.
Okay. All right. So
Ah.
so we're learning things like
Are
we're
you
gonna have
talking
to
about
learn when we
this
get a new
light?
board. Yes. Yes, that's the light.
What
we're
light did
talking
you
about.
think we were talking about?
I thought you were talking about the light that I just turned on for
Oh,
like the.
Oh,
Oh,
yes,
the
the ring
ring
light.
light?
No, we're talking about the other
Oh,
light.
yep, Charlie.
All right. So if you are new to the show, let me tell you, around this time of year, it's kind of a reset. It's when things start over and they start with a bracket of some sort. We have had many brackets through the years. This will be our 9th bracket. You know, the music stations will be like, who's the best guitarist of all time? He's top 64. Is it Eddie Van Halen going up against Slow Hand? Who you got? You know, that type of thing. Other places will have, you know, who's the best flower? Is it the daffodil?
I kind of
Or
like
is it
the
the yellow
petunia,
rose?
and sometimes I like the deciduous petunia
Yeah,
too.
I don't
like
think that one was.
daisies.
Some people say I'm a bit of a tulip, but okay.
I like poppies for.
Yeah, look at the flowers. Anyway,
Flowers are
Tulips
so
are my
pretty.
favorite flower in Animal Crossing.
there we go.
Do you like to tiptoe through them?
No.
Tiptoe.
Oh, there he goes.
Thank you, Tim.
Still my favorite part. I don't care what anyone says. All right. So here's what we do. This year we're having sidekicks.
You know what we do?
I thought I printed out the list, but I don't see it of all the ones we've done before. But I will tell you, we've done 9. So
No viper.
this
It
will
is
be
a root
9.
vegetable.
Oh, look out, a root vegetable. So
Who told you that?
we
Potatoes have flowers.
are going
do,
to. They also
But
have
the
eyes.
potato themselves are
Yeah.
a root vegetable.
Yes.
And so do the hills. The hills also
Potato.
have eyes. They're
also alive with the sound of music.
they are.
They grow in the
um,
dirt.
They do all those things.
I'm just imagining like a giant hill monster that has giant
That
eyes.
is
and
almost what root
screaming.
vegetable means.
Yes. All right. So
The hills don't grow
I
in
was
the
explaining
dirt.
it to people that may not know what that means.
The hills are the dirt.
Potato.
all right, my friends, let us move on to the bracket or we'll never get started. All right. So here's how this works. This year is sidekicks. So the best sidekick of all time, according to the Upstate Pulse. Now I will tell you, like just by the way, we're live on stream on YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, or the X. We've got a ton of people on there already and active, including Scott. And I want to apologize, Scott, because none of your stuff made the list. I just listen and
Hold on. Does Carl from Walking Dead count as a sidekick?
The joke.
I mean,
I'm
Carl.
gonna be honest.
he
This is my
gave his
first time
life,
looking at the
okay?
list and like half
And
of
his
these
eye.
don't actually.
Spoiler
scream
alert.
sidekick to me.
all right. Well, okay, we can have those. Here's
I don't
the
even
thing.
have one.
And I
so-
pointed this out last.
Spoiler alert.
I pointed this out last week. I put these together exclusively because everybody's going to have a different way they want it done. Everyone's going to want no, it needs to be this way. It's going to be this way. So all your hate, all your vitriol or love, if you should feel that way, should come towards me. Okay. This way you can't blame anybody else but me. So if Matthew's unhappy with things, which you will be, if Tim's unhappy, which you will be, Odie unhappy, Cameron unhappy,
I'm always happy.
I can't believe
Listeners,
Flounder's on this list.
listeners
I'm
unhappy,
generally ambivalent.
put it towards me. There's only room for 64. We had a play-in tournament last week, which with extra ones, and the 2 people made it in. It was PJ from the Goofy movie and Nappa from Dragon Ball Z. Those made it into number 63 and 64. So here's our list. I am sorry if your sidekick didn't make it on the list. I'm sorry if you think someone's not a sidekick, willing to fight over that. Not physically because I'm old. And but we're gonna get to this. So here's how it works. We're gonna go around the room. There are 5 of us, so one of us will sit out each round, so that there's 4. And Odie's volunteering. Yeah, I don't want to be in this.
I'm going to sit out for the first one.
Yeah. Okay. Well, you can sit out in the first one.
I
Okay.
want to watch what happens.
Yeah,
man.
that's right. Because Odie hasn't seen this. He's a noob, if you will, on this. So if it should be a tie, now here's what I would do. If I was at home and I wanted to play along, I would go ahead and have 71307 typed into my phone, have it ready to go because that is our text line 71307. So if there should be a tie, if 2 people pick one thing and 2 people pick another, that's a tie. I don't know if you know if that's how ties work. That's how they work. And if there's a tie, then the first person to text in the name of the person they want to win, that goes through. It's very controversial. People hate that. They hate me over it. I don't care.
Can I get the text
Yeah, there's
out
been
of the
wars
way?
in here over that.
Yes.
I want to get the text out of the way before we go into the text.
All right.
Tie text.
All right. Go ahead.
We have happy birthday to the show, guys. Happy birthday to Charlie. It's his birthday as well. Kid Flaccid has a big shout out. He says, we're doing brackets tonight. Yes, we are, Kid Flaccid. And I have what a truly nostalgic trade started by Lonzo. So there you go.
Oh yeah, my birthday's on Monday.
Happy birthday, Monday.
Happy birthday.
Why the heck
Happy
is
40th.
Bruce Wayne listed as
All
a
right.
sidekick?
Batman Beyond.
Don't. Spoiler alert.
Again, you are going to be unhappy with a lot of these. It is subjective about whether he's a sidekick. Was he a major player? No, he was a sidekick. Bruce Wayne was man in the chair in that show. Did he put the suit on every once in a while? Yeah, but he was man in the chair.
Put
Terry
Bruce
McGinnis
Wayne
did
in
all the
place
work.
of the new Spider-Man kid.
Who is not a sidekick?
He's a Spider-Man. Yeah,
Miles
he is.
Morales is not a sidekick.
Yes, he is.
No, he's not.
What are you talking about? He's his own character. He's
Yeah, he's-
completely separate from
Yeah.
Spider-Man.
It's not.
What?
Yeah. It's just okay. All right. Let's get this thing started. We're fighting already. And one thing, my favorite part about this show is not fighting. And here we are fighting.
We always fight over this.
Yeah, but we shouldn't. Peace
You're
and
the prime
harmony should
instigator.
abound. Yeah, you are the prime instigator. No, before that, it was Chris.
No, I was talking about you, Dad.
Oh, me? No, I don't instigate. All right,
All
our
right,
first.
knuckle down, lads.
our
Knuckle down,
first
knuckle down.
Questions
Here we
is not instigation.
go. Yeah, knuckle down. That's it. Knuckle down. Here we go.
You're
I
not
don't
knuckling
like that
down,
phrase.
Matthew.
All right,
our first-
That's all I'm gonna.
eyes down for the full house. Here we go.
All right, we are going to start in
bingo.
the bottom fourth. We are starting with Barney Rubble versus Ookla from Thundar the Barbarian. All right, Barney Rubble, Fred Flintstone's ride or die, because he helped him ride because with the feet, those extra feet, you can go faster. So there are some people out there who've never seen the Flintstones.
Squirrel?
There is.
I just watched the movie today. That's funny.
There are some people out there who haven't seen them. Maybe they're 3-year-olds. Has your son seen?
Yes, he has.
Okay,
Yes, he
I
has
said
seen
maybe.
live action. Yep.
Okay. All right. So anyway,
Laughed
so
quite a lot.
Barney Rubble, I mean, that's the guy. I mean, if you go into the lodge, you're taking Barney with you. If you got some scheme going on, Barney's right there with you. He's your guy. He's going to help you with the scheme, and he might be the voice of reason. Sometimes Barney's the instigator.
Yeah.
Going up against Ookla from Thundar the Barbarian. Ookla is kind of like Chewbacca. And I feel bad that I didn't actually put Chewbacca in the list, but I put Ookla in here. All right, because this also you need to. Well, anyway, here's why I didn't, but because I didn't think of that because that's a movie and not a cartoon. But thanks to other cartoons, it is in there. But he's not with Han Solo in the cartoons that I recall. So then he's not actually a sidekick. So anyway, that's my reason. So Ookla versus Barney Rubble. Tim. Who you going with?
Barney Rubble, hands down.
All right, Tim.
Barney Rubble's ride or die.
All right, so Barney's your guy in real life.
Yeah.
The Barney's you got something cooking. You're going with Barney.
Yeah,
Okay,
of course,
all right,
dude.
all
Barney's always there.
The Ookla is like Chewbacca in cartoon
I
form.
don't even know who that is.
Okay, all right.
I'll be honest with you.
All right,
Gotta
Matt-
cook Barney.
All right, Matthew, who you got?
No, I've got Barney.
Okay,
Oh.
all right. So Matthew, all right, Cameron.
We can look at his lineage. His son, Bam Bam, who has super strength. You gotta ask the question, where did that come from? And maybe that's Barney.
Well, he's
maybe
adopted.
Barney's old
I
enough.
thought he was adopted.
Yeah,
I
he's
think
adopted.
it- I think it was-
Yeah, I think
According
he was
to the
adopted.
movie, he was adopted.
Okay,
I don't know about the show.
That speaks more to Barney Rubble's character. So I'm gonna go with Barney Rubble.
Yeah, that Barney's willing to get a child who has no family and bring them in.
And according to the movie, he was raised by wild mastodons.
Well,
Yeah.
that works. All right, so
As
I
it
am
happens.
also sorry. There is no tie.
Sort
I am
of.
also going Barney, so Barney moves through. That's how that works. All right, this next matchup. No, we're gonna do one more before we
Okay.
go to break.
Okay.
I got it, man. I got it.
I'm just producing.
Yeah, I know. Why don't you just produce? Anyway, I am except for this part where you're actually picking.
Oh.
I'm sitting out on this one.
Okay.
All right, the next matchup is Bob from Deadpool. Bob is he's a guy who was a lower tier agent for Hydra
Mhm.
that Deadpool turned and is now Deadpool's guy going up against Olaf. And everyone knows Olaf. Let it snow, let it snow.
Go on.
Olaf was the
So can we go ahead and have Bob win and move on to the next
all
one?
right, no,
No,
well,
just shut this
no,
down, man.
all right,
No,
Odie, who you got?
I'm going with my boy Olaf.
Okay, so Odie is going with Olaf.
Yeah.
Why? What about Olaf makes you go with him?
He too loves the cold.
Okay, there we go. There we
Me and
go.
Olaf,
I guess the cold never bothered you anyway.
not
I
even
was in
slightly.
I was I think a senior when that movie came out, and I sure did have to listen to people singing that song constantly every day.
All right, Matthew. So who you got?
I'm going with Bob.
All right, why don't you say Bob one more time because I like how you say Bob.
Bob.
All right, Tim.
Give it
I
some
don't even
gusto.
know who to pick. Like honestly, I might go with Olaf though, because
Okay, all right. We got 2 Olafs and 1 Bob. Cameron.
he's got a cloud over his head all the time.
Yes, he does.
I've seen a lot about Bob. Bob is pretty awesome in everything he's in. He's just a guy hanging in there, but he's bros with Deadpool. I like Deadpool, so I'm gonna go with Bob.
All right, we have a tie.
We got a
So
tie.
text line is 71307. Is it Olaf or is it Bob? The first one that texts is in either Olaf or Bob. That's the one that goes through. Text line 71307.
3,
We're
2, 1.
Okay.
Text.
Okay, go to break. All right, so we're going to go to break and we'll tell you who won on the other side of the break. Or
Oh,
we'll,
that's so mean.
we'll tell people on the stream first. You're listening to Upstate
No.
Pulse right here on News Talk 98.9 WRD, the voice of the Carolinas.
That was definitely an AI voice.
Yes, I told you.
I'm not even going to lie to you. That threw me
I warned you.
so far.
I warned you.
I
Was
was
that
like,
something that was like
who
pushed
in the
by-
name? Oh, look, there's names in.
No, I'm the first one to use it.
I'm not going to tell the stream.
Good.
I'm not telling the stream.
No, I mean, like
We shouldn't point out what it is, but there is a generator, and that we now have available, and I used it because I wanted to use it on the air, and because I am going to control it until it controls me.
Odie, I think they replaced him.
Who replaced
You
who?
know how we were having that discussion 2 weeks ago when it was just me, you, and Rob, that the AI would probably take
Yeah.
make a replacement of
Oh,
Dad?
no. I am going to be its boss until it becomes mine, and it's not mine yet. When it does, I will go back to the compound in the basement, and I'll make up some sort of rudimentary EMP.
it's not gonna be
I was gonna
your
say, you
boss.
better not
It's
say
what your
lathe.
bosses are going to use to replace you because it's cheaper.
Agreed. It's a sad state, but it's not just this business. It's all business.
Exactly.
But when you have a tool that you can use and make fun of it, I'm going to use it and make fun of it.
I have the answer.
We have the
Barney
Well-
Rubble.
Yeah, that would be the wrong one.
Okay.
Who won?
I'm not telling you. You're going to find out.
No,
with
stream
everybody
exclusive.
else.
Let the stream know.
Yeah.
That's for those of you on stream. You get to know before anybody else. That's an advantage to being on stream.
The winner is, by popular opinion of the people of the upstate
Those
South
whoever
Carolina,
texts first, not popular.
Yeah. What was first?
the winner by the fastest texter from the people of upstate South Carolina, listening to the Upstate Pulse on News Talk 98.9
Stop trying to
WORD
stretch it till
the
the end of the
voice
break.
of the
I'll
Carolinas,
just walk around there and look.
starring Lonzo, Odie, Cameron, Matthew, and Tim.
The nerd herd.
The nerd herd, if you will,
don't help.
posted a question as to who would be the best
I
sidekick
think this is the point where you
between
walk
Bob. See, I know the answer, and now I'm getting rid of the page. Between Bob,
Olaf won. I'm writing it in.
I wouldn't be so sure.
Yeah, I'm
The
writing
winner
it in.
is Bob.
No, the winner is Olaf.
The winner is Bob. If it was Olaf, because I voted
Show
for
it
him,
to me. Show it to me.
and then I'll show you this. See, first one there, Robert, Bobberino, Bobby
Wow,
Bob.
I am.
Yeah. No,
I'm so happy.
Wait,
You're
is
humble.
is Bob's name actually Robert though?
No, it's
Probably
just
is.
Bob. No, they wrote Bob. They wrote.
Oh,
Bob.
they did. Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
they wrote
He's just
Bob.
being goofy.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was gonna say.
By the way, I'm pretty excited about that.
You can just sit in your tower.
Yeah. Well, it's not even ivory anymore because pollen. So it's just a little bit yellow.
Well, it's not ivory.
I was going to say because of constant sieging,
Well, the
but
pollen isn't here yet. It's only February.
Oh no, it's
Yeah,
here.
but you know,
Oh, it
power
is here, man.
washing.
I would feel it if it's
Power
here.
washing as high as
Yeah,
I
but
am
you
in the
don't live out with
tower.
us on the lake.
Power washing doesn't reach that high.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Maybe I can get elves to come and power wash how high I
Oh
am
no,
in
we
the tower.
woke up and on the day before yesterday.
how much you willing to pay me to whip them into shape?
Whip it good.
I mean, I'm not terribly
Whip it.
surprised. A lot of those plants are probably coming online
So
now
yeah,
with
one more break,
the
right?
warmer weather.
One more break.
Who's
Yes.
not?
Yes. One more break.
Oh yeah. Sorry, I thought maybe one more ad break.
Into shape.
It wasn't.
No, that would be a spot,
Yeah.
not a full break.
Yeah,
It's-
no.
it's- Welcome back into the Upstate Pulse. We are smack dab in the beginning of our sidekicks bracket. Before we went to break, we asked the text line to break the tie between Bob and Olaf. If you were on the stream, you already know who it is. But for those who are just listening on the radio, it's not a bad thing. You're out and about. You're doing your thing. Thank you for listening to us. Who won, Odie?
Bob. Bob won.
Bob won.
Bob.
All right. So
Oh no, you get it now.
you got to this time. I mean, it is
Much like X.
it's the rules of the game.
It's gonna give it to you.
Yeah. All right. So let's do
I
it.
don't want him giving me anything.
It's probably a good move.
All right. Yeah. Because penicillin would probably help. All right.
There ain't an amount of antibiotics.
All right. Let us go to the next matchup. It is, and Cameron will be sitting out for this one because we're going clockwise. Krillin from Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball Super, Dragon Ball GT, Dragon Ball everything. Krillin, the ultimate sidekick as far as sidekicks goes, the most powerful human in the Dragon Ball Z universe, and he has no nose. And
It's true. That is canonical.
yes,
He
and
does
when
have dots over his
yeah,
head,
he
though.
does. Well, he can smell through his skin apparently.
I thought
Um,
he used the dots. To
No.
smell.
In OG Dragon Ball, in the first tournament arc, it is literally a plot point that he doesn't have
Yeah.
a nose and therefore cannot smell.
Right,
Yep,
because
that's
he's
true.
fighting the stinky guy,
Yep.
Yeah.
which is what I don't remember his name.
Bacterian.
And yeah,
And
then,
Goku has to tell him. Goku tells him.
Krillin,
Yeah.
you don't have a
You don't have a
nose.
nose.
And Odie's the only one in this room who doesn't know what we're talking about. That's
Odie
fine.
making participation voices.
All right, so you got Krillin versus Snarf, and
Snarf,
Snarf.
snarf. I don't think I'm winning this one, Lion-O. Snarf, snarf.
so good. Sound just like Snarf. Snarf is from Thundercats. Ho.
Oh,
Thank you.
Is she?
Some hoes are longer than others. So
betcha.
Krillin versus Snarf.
You see, how do you expect me not to? Seriously.
I'm talking about. Mine was short and his was long. How he said it. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah,
All
we're
right.
just talking about how long the word is. Don't worry about it.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, all right, Tim, who you got?
Size is different.
Oh, Krillin.
Flaccid text.
All right, Tim's going
100%.
Krillin. We're skipping Cameron. So, Matthew, who you got?
I got Krillin.
All right. Snarf or Krillin?
Why do you see? Because Lion-O has the sword of Odin.
Yes.
Kind of like me.
No, it's omens.
Omens.
Sort of
I don't
omens.
care. It
It's
sounds like
omens.
Odin. you sit down.
So he's wielding your sword.
Yes, he is. He has my sword
All right, so
in both of his hands, and he's making it go thunder. So I'm going to go with Snarf.
okay, and I am going with Krillin. So Krillin goes through. Sorry, no tie there.
I'm ready to see a Super Krillin, like a Dragon
Sword
Ball
of
Super
Omens.
version of
Give
Krillin.
I
me
mean, he's already
L's
been
beyond
he
L.
was awakened by Guru, so he got some more power.
No,
that
he
way.
needs God awakening.
He does. That would be
Yes,
awesome.
That would be
All right,
awesome.
our next matchup, which Tim will not be participating in,
Darn.
according to rotation.
Darn.
Yeah.
Darn.
It
Darn
is
it.
Pinky from Pinky and the Brain
Oh,
and Orko.
From Orko and the Orcos.
Orko from, and I lost my list. and it
Orko
should
is
be
from
I'm assuming
She-Ra.
from He-Man, right?
He-Man.
He-Man,
He-Man, yes.
No, he's from She-Ra.
Well, he's in both.
Oh no,
He's
that was Cowl.
Anyway,
Yeah.
Orko.
Orko. Sorry, you were right, Matthew. I was wrong.
Orko is this weirdo guy, and Pinky is this weirdo mouse. So I'm going to go first. People are already talking about, man, Pinky is one of the greatest
Why
characters
can't I
of all
pick?
time because it was your turn in the rotation.
Aw.
We know what you're going to pick anyway. What everyone's going to
Who?
pick. You're going to pick Pinky because you know what? I'm picking Pinky. Cameron, who
good.
you got? North. Cameron's going Pinky. Matthew, who you got?
Narf.
All right. Also a Narf. And finally, Odie.
I'm going to pick one tonight, Brain.
Okay. So there we go. Unanimous. I think our first unanimous.
No, that's on the next list.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Let's get one more in before we take our last break of the hour. And it is, and by the way, Matthew will be sitting out for this one.
Okay.
Yes. Hit Girl
Oh.
versus Batgirl. Now this is a
Oh.
great matchup right here. Cameron's going to describe the matchup.
All right. So Batgirl, student of Batman, Commissioner Gordon's daughter,
I'm Batman.
very expert crime fighter, very good at hacking and doing oracle things.
I'm Batgirl.
Versus Hit Girl, who is far more violent and is the daughter of Big Daddy
Big Daddy.
Big Daddy.
and is part of the comic series Kick Butt. Can't quite say the other thing on the air.
Yeah, you can.
I'm not going
Stop
to.
it.
Anyway, stop it, devil on my shoulder. Be gone.
I see it.
I don't know why you keep saying
I
that.
see it.
All right. So
That's
Cameron,
what the Irish devil
If you
potatoes.
Google it, you can see it.
who are you going with? You going with Hit Girl or are you going with Batgirl?
I'm gonna have to go with Batgirl.
Oh, bold move.
All right. Tim.
Look, I'm
I'm
going with the
going.
redhead.
I'm going with Hit Girl because she sounds pretty cool, actually.
So you haven't seen
She's-
any of those movies?
no, but
She
I've
is
just
deadly.
Googled images of her,
Dude,
and she looks way cooler
uh,
than Batgirl.
Well, I tell you one thing, she's more deadly, even as a child.
It's like
And
I just
there's
said
like
that.
bloody images on
Yeah,
there.
she is in that universe. She's the one person you really don't want to be.
I'm going
go
to
up
watch
against.
this or read about it.
There's two of them. There are two movies. Just check it out. All
Both
right.
of them on Netflix.
Yeah. I don't know where they're at, but they are available.
I'll find them.
All right. Odie, who you got?
I'm going to go with Hit Girl.
Ooh, you got 2 hit girls
Mm-hmm.
and 1 Batgirl. And Barbara Gordon was kind of crush of mine when I was a kid from the
What?
from the Batman TV series, and even
Was she a cartoon?
she's drawn well, and also
No,
Um,
stop it.
I see. I
she
thought
is-
you was going with the movie.
no, not the movie.
Oh,
Yeah.
What was it with the with
You
Mr.
ta-
Freeze?
You talk about Batman and
Alicia
Robin, Alicia
Silverstone.
Silverstone.
With
Yeah.
Mr. Freeze,
Yes.
Arnold Schwarzenegger.
that
Yeah.
was a wonderful outfit.
What was her
Tonight's
name
podcast,
in that movie?
Hafiz
I
is coming.
I forget
Batgirl?
her name. So I am going with Batgirl. We have a tie.
We got to tell
All right, Batgirl
Look, they're
or
texting
Hit
already.
Girl.
They're texting
You cannot
already. Nope.
text until there's a countdown. Matthew didn't participate, so Matthew's going to give the countdown. When Matthew gives the countdown, which will be 3 numbers, when he does that,
Or 4.
then
just to be-
text line 71307. Not until Matthew gives the countdown. Batgirl or Hit Girl. Go ahead, Matthew.
3, 2, 1, go.
All right. Batgirl or Hit Girl. Text line 71307. We're taking a final break of the hour. You're listening to the Upstate Pulse right here on News Talk 98.9 WRD.
I should have done 2.5.
2.5.
Come on, Dave.
Come
on, Dave. It's all about the art. And Hit Girl
What is it for?
was like 12, dude.
I know
So
it's from somewhere.
I mean, she's grown. The actress has grown up to be a very nice actress, but yeah, she was like
I feel
12 in the show.
Fairly Odd Parents.
I know that they
That's why I
did it,
defaulted to that.
got to
voice.
meet her.
Yeah, no,
not
I know
Nick
that they've
Cage.
done it.
when
but I
they were
know
doing
that there's
the
another one
press
that I
junkets.
remember more. I just can't remember.
She was really cool.
where.
And I got to meet the guy.
You mean you met Chloe Moran?
yes.
Oh, okay.
Miraz or Moran.
It's just like 2 names.
It's
Oh,
the hyphen.
do y'all want the? Do you want to know?
Yeah. Well, the stream wants to know.
That girl.
has a right to know.
They know.
That's coming from Matthew, hard-hitting journalist.
The guy that played the lead, the
Yeah.
kick, yeah, met
Yeah.
him as well. He is so nice.
He's also British, I think.
Yeah, and he's
Mhm.
going to be the new. I think he's going to be the new James Bond.
We don't know.
There,
We don't know.
everything is going. He was on Bullet Train. He was in that film. Bullet
He's
Train.
been in a lot of stuff.
Yeah,
He's
good.
also going to be Craven and Craven the Hunter, which I just don't know
Mm.
because Craven the Hunter is going to protect the animals instead of hunting the animals. And that's just like totally the opposite of what he is in the comics. But, you know,
But he was a really nice guy.
he also was,
lovely
he
as
was
well.
in Avengers Ultron.
Yes, he was.
Yeah, he was. He died. Spoiler alert.
He's here. He's young. Like he's a young
I don't
guy.
think he's that young. He's in his 30s.
He's younger than me.
Well, yeah, but
And I'm old.
30s isn't that old.
yeah, well, he's not Craven there.
That's Quicksilver.
He's Quicksilver. I'm talking about the actor.
Oh, okay.
Quavax.
I was
Yeah.
like, I
Taylor
remember
Johnson.
him being in
Uh,
Age of Ultron. Yeah, that
Glenn,
makes
you're
sense.
just too late, buddy.
He's 33
was-
years old. He's not that old.
Yeah, but the thing is, once you reach, there's a certain age. That's about the right age for James Bond, though.
Are you pondering what I'm pondering, Pinky? I think so, Brian.
I still want to see
That's
Henry.
the wrong way.
I want to see Henry
You-
Cavill
you-
as James
you did
Bond,
the
but
voices in
it's
the-
not going to happen.
But that's so.
Are you pondering?
Are
what
you
I'm
pondering what I'm
Pinky?
pondering? Oh yeah, sorry.
Yeah, you did the voice.
What's that, Brian?
You narfed it.
I did. I nerfed.
Oh,
I
thanks
nerfed.
so, Brian, but rubber pants chafe me so. One of my favorite lines from that because
Just
it's just so off the wall. Like, what the what?
it takes you a second to process. It's
What?
like,
What?
no.
What just happened?
No.
It's like that
Who
one time
has the
grocery store
better
to yell, I'm not buying chaps.
now between Elisa Silverstone and Chloe Moraz? I don't know. Probably Chloe.
Youth is a wonderful thing.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
She's very good looking. She's a very good looking girl. Do you know who's
There's a show that there's a movie on, it's a series, I think on Netflix or one of them, where she does, it's a virtual reality thing. And she actually goes into the future. And it's a really good show where these guys who
It's called Peripheral.
Peripheral. These guys that were in the military, they can sync up and use
Make some better
drones and a
fighters
bunch
kind
of
of
stuff
thing.
like that. Yeah. It's real.
I still need to finish that.
text it
Yeah.
on to me, man? What's it on Netflix?
can't-
Amazon Prime.
Oh, there we
Yeah, I
go.
have Prime. Text me. Let me remember me. Remember me.
Oh, don't sing that song. Of
Ba-da-da-da-da.
course, I doubt you even know that one.
Ba-da-da-da.
California Psychics.
They know you're going to call them. Ba-da-da-da-da.
They do.
Ba-da-da-da-da.
I still have only watched that movie once.
I love how much faster we're going through these than last year.
Yeah, there's not as much fighting because some people don't know what things are. So
It's also definitely a generally less passionate topic than literally just favorite video games.
it is.
Which
It is.
we're all impassioned about,
Oh yeah.
except for
Hello.
me.
Yeah, that liner we just played was Pennywise, who just got busted in Europe for weed.
Hello.
I don't remember what. I think he was in Paris or something. He got busted for weed. Skarsgård got busted for weed.
What
He
did he wee on?
got something that got him arrested.
Okay.
All right, let us. Oh, by the way, during the break, we crowned a winner between Batgirl and Hit Girl. If you were watching on the stream, you already know.
It is Batgirl.
Who's
What?
Tim's? Someone's playing with the. Oh, it's you.
I didn't mean to
Okay.
do that. Sorry.
Yeah, so that's fine. I don't care.
What
All
did
right,
I-
so
oh. I love the way when something goes a little bit amiss, you instantly look at Odie and you're like, he did it.
yeah, we all looked at you,
Yeah,
except for
no.
Tim. who's
Even
the
Tim
one who
looked
did
at
it.
me.
Yeah.
It's almost like you do this
All
on
right,
a regular.
so Hit Girl
Why
or
would
Batgirl?
Odie do this?
I know.
Yes.
Fuck, the music got loud. It must have
Hit
been
Girl
Odie.
or Batgirl? Who is our winner?
Batgirl.
All right, Batgirl goes through. Let's get to our next matchup. Who knows? Maybe we can get through this corner before the top of the hour. Maybe. All right, the next matchup is for the Upstate Pulse Ultimate Sidekick. Dory versus Launchpad McQuack. Who wants to? Who's get? Odie's getting skipped this
Yep.
time. Okay.
Yep.
Dory was in a movie called Finding Nemo that I never watched.
You never
Dory,
seen
Watched
Finding
it?
Nemo?
Yeah,
Really? I'm
yeah,
surprised.
not really. It's past my window,
Bro.
and it just didn't really. Easy, guys, easy. You know, a lot older than and my kids, I believe, watched it, but I didn't watch it with them.
Well, that's what
Yeah.
I was thinking.
Yeah,
I
you
would have
did.
assumed that you would have watched it.
It's
with them.
not. I reached a point. I think they were at an age where they were like in their teenage years, so I didn't need to watch with them anymore because they're going to sneak and watch whatever they're going to sneak and watch. So
Yes, because we're
and
notorious.
it's one of
for
those
that.
things where you don't want to watch a little kids show with your kids who are not little kids anymore.
You should though. It's one of the best Pixar movies out there.
Well, I didn't watch it, but I know who Dory is. I believe it
So
was.
you say an innocent man's wife is killed, murdered by somebody that just goes past their house,
And
kills
all of their kids. except
all
for-
of their kids, badly
leaves
mutilates one of their
disabled for
children.
life.
And then their child is kidnapped, and he has to go on a massive journey with a psychopath who doesn't even remember her own name to
I
find a
know.
child. That doesn't
Crazy.
make
all right.
It's
So
just- it's hardship.
so
That's where the most unhinged.
so
recap of
Dory
fun-
is
I love the unhinged
Dory is
recaps
going
of
up
Finding Nemo.
against one of the best sidekicks of all of Disney, Launchpad McQuack.
He's a friend of mine.
And I'm going to tell you, I don't care about all you Dory people. Launchpad's my guy. I'm going with Launchpad.
Was that a tailspin?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. I'm
Yeah.
going with Launchpad
Matthew.
too.
I mean, Matthew,
Mm.
who you got? All right. So Tim and I are going Launchpad.
Yeah.
So I
Tailspin.
have seen. I saw maybe a couple episodes of Launchpad or of Tailspin as a kid, so I'm aware of it, but I'm not actually attached to it much, if at all. But Finding Nemo was one of those movies that was really
Alright.
impactful as a kid to me. So I definitely got to go with Dory.
All right, Cameron.
I'll have to go with Launchpad McQuack.
There we go. Launchpad goes through. All right.
There you go.
Well, I just said he did. I don't. Did you watch it?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, because you just didn't watch it with me.
What, Tailspin?
I know you
Tailspin
watched.
was awesome.
No, I know you
dude.
watched Tailspin because I watched that with them.
I think I watched Finding Nemo with my sister.
It was one of my favorite shows growing up. I love that show.
All right, let us move on to the next matchup. It is Abu, the monkey from Aladdin. Yeah,
That's Donald Duck.
yeah. No, I thought he sounded like Abu.
Abu.
Yeah, but he also did that.
Oh, he did when he
Yeah,
was
yeah.
kind of angry with the
Yeah, when
elves.
he's fighting.
I only know how
Versus
to translate into anger. I apologize.
versus my spirit animal Zorro, who is not the Zorro you think of. He is Zorro, the pirate hunter from One Piece. He's a moss head, but he always gets lost, and he gets lost all the time. But here's the thing:
Don't be hunting pirates.
I'm sitting out on this one, so Cameron goes first.
Well, Odie, he is a pirate. himself.
Hunter.
No,
But he becomes a pirate.
he becomes a pirate.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he
goes
is the
against
first.
what he was
He's the
doing.
first mate of Luffy, and is
He's actually one of the most powerful pirates.
Oh,
Yeah.
that Zorro.
three sword style. He has a sword in each hand and a
I
sword
would be
in
the
his
last
mouth.
one to pick because I'm going to look up this guy.
Okay, all right.
Oh, he's
Well,
pretty cool, actually.
Zorro against Abu. Cameron, go ahead.
And I'd like to elaborate on the reason why he's your spirit animal is because he always gets lost.
And never believes that it's his fault.
Nope.
Yes, that's me. All right, so who you picking?
I'm going to pick Zorro.
All right,
I could totally see that.
all right, Tim.
This is a hard one for me because I like both of them. But I'm gonna go with Boo. I'm gonna go with Abu because he's like the best pickpocket ever.
All right, he is pretty good. Matthew.
I've got to go with the right hand of the Pirate King.
I mean, he pickpocketed.
So we got
Jafar.
two Zorros and one Abu. And Odie, that's you.
So I'm just looking up this dude, the Zorro guy. Is it Roka Noka?
Roranoa Zorro.
Or no,
I'll go with the tie. Call it Boo. Let
He's
the
got
text line
earrings
decide.
and he's a pirate and he's got green hair. So I'm going to say Abu.
Okay, there we go. We have a tie. We have a tie. Text line 71307. We're not going to go to break for this. So we're going to find out who is going to win this. Abu from Aladdin versus Zorro from One Piece. Here's your countdown. 3, 2, 1. Text line 71307. Abu or Zorro, who goes through? And we will have almost finished 1/4 of the thing. Abu or Zorro. Text line
We have a
71307.
winner, ladies and gentlemen, coming in live from the text line 71307. The winner of the question that was asked by Alonzo is.
We would have had time for another one if you could. I mean, I'm just saying, you know.
I take it so long.
Come on.
God,
The
man.
winner is, of course, the little monkey from Agrabah. It is Abu.
Wow. Yeah. What an
Yeah.
upset that is.
That is, I honestly, Zorro was up there as a potential, like, to take the whole tournament.
Yeah. This has to do with who got skipped too.
It does.
Some
Yes.
people might not be making it to the
matters.
studio
Yes,
next week.
It does. All right. First hour in the
it's
books.
my fault.
We're going to continue with the bracket in the next hour. Try to squeeze in some other stuff too, probably. You're listening to the Upstate Pulse right here on News Talk 98.9 WRD, the voice of the Carolinas. By the way, what did we get wrong? Tell us on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, or X.
That is
That's an upset.
Serious.
That's a
upset.
major upset.
Yeah.
That I gotta say, that hurts me a little. But
Yeah.
you know, it does. It hurts me a little.
But it's okay. Nothing happened.
Yep. Nothing happened.
Why is that so long for some reason? I don't know.
A literal ride or die.
It's as long as it needed to be. It's a
Yeah,
minute.
no, I know that, but it just for some reason in my brain it just felt longer.
Because I didn't talk it out to the
Technically,
post.
This means that Zorro
Because the
broke his
microphone's in the way and I
promise,
couldn't see
as
how much
Zorro
time it
promised he
was.
would never lose to another swordsman again until he fought Mihawk. And Abu
And he
has
loses
wielded
to a monkey.
sword.
Yeah, he loses to a monkey. Wow.
Does Abu count?
Wow.
Is Abu a swordsman though?
He swung a sword around.
He did. He did. It was a scimitar, but yeah,
Yeah.
he definitely swung it around.
Much more with it, but
I'm just imagining Mihawk.
Okay, I
Just
don't know what you're talking about,
imagining Zorro
Kevin, about
losing an actual sword
that's
fight.
scary for a sober dude.
No, what I want you to imagine is Abu, but in Mihawk's costume.
By the
It
way,
just-
I'm at
It delivers
Kevin, that's what
something.
happened in Finding
I
Nemo,
don't
man.
hunt
It's
rabbits with a
like, you know,
cannon
it is
line,
it's
and Abu
accurate.
is just Gibberish.
I am at episode 1036 or 37.
How is there so
So
many?
I am close.
How is there so many episodes in it?
It's that good. It's been running for 20 years.
You're
Okay.
episode 936.
No, 1000.
Oh, okay, nice.
So I'm gaining on it. I might catch it.
Wait. So have you seen
You being
it
lost,
yet?
Alonzo? Yes.
I don't know what it is.
Curved
If you don't know what
swords.
it is, you would know what it is.
All right, here's where I am right now. They are some of them are fighting Kaido. Luffy is fighting Kaido. Captain Kidd is fighting Kaido.
Okay, yeah.
I could eat
And
some
Law is
Kaido
fighting
right now.
Kaido.
You're at that point. I don't know what the episodes are. So, yeah.
Chopper just cured the ice thing
Yeah.
that Queen was shooting everybody with, and just turned into Big Chopper and just punched the dinosaur in the face, which
yeah.
was awesome. And trying to think where Robin is fighting
Robin
large
Hood, Robin Hood,
spider lady.
riding through
She
the
just
land.
freed Sanji.
Oh yeah. That was a big moment for Sanji and for Robin.
Do you know the way Kevin calls you Alonzo all the time?
He's messing with me.
I know. Can we start calling him Quiveen?
No.
It's the Irish for Kevin.
Yeah, give Kevin his
Kevin gets his dues, like, Alonzo.
Cameron, who's your favorite Straw Hat?
Where did Alonzo come from?
Alonzo?
Yeah, because Alonzo.
Because people in South Carolina can't say Lonzo.
Oh, okay.
They either say Alonzo or they go, and
I
if
would
I
say
go
Sanji.
by Lon, which
Really?
is what my
I don't
close
know.
family calls me,
Oh, yeah.
He's
like
I mean,
like Twisted
certain
Todd calls me
qualities
Lon,
aside.
Yeah.
and my guitarist in my old band called me
But it
Lon.
kinda-
And it's like
even that
Lonzo
stuff, it even
is
makes sense
very
when he's
hard
character
for
though,
a Southern
because of what he
person to
went through.
say. I don't know
Yeah.
why.
Which is
That's
bad
why
for him.
finally there are
but,
videos about me being the Lonzo, not a Lonzo, but the Lonzo.
course
That's the
I
only
also
way I
like-
can get people to
It's
say
one of those
Lonzo.
things like I
He
don't
doesn't
know
like
if I
Zoe either. Do
necessarily
you like
have-
Zoe?
I like them all together.
Here's the thing,
It's
Kevin.
it's one of those things of like you have.
I let Rob call me
And you
Zoe
can kind of
because
get
it
the entire
bothers
group.
somebody else because I
Sure, they
wouldn't
have
let
good
them call
qualities
me
of
that.
themselves, but them
Someone else
together
on
is
that
strong.
station,
Oh,
I
yeah.
would not allow them to call me that. But
I
I
know.
will
But at the
allow
same time,
Rob
moving
to do that
Robin
because
is awesome.
I am
can
the
see
ultimate
that.
troll.
Also,
I'm not
And,
critiquing.
I've been
but-
dubbed
there, you'd be crazy to
Colonel
critique
Grudge
that.
for a reason,
Exactly.
Yeah,
and I'm very
'Cause I
patient.
agree with you.
There is a name I hate being called,
and also
but nobody knows
I'm
it.
a
Nobody in
huge
here knows it,
fan
so
of
it's not
lore
going to
in
go
any
there.
kind of
Well, no,
series.
a lot of people know it, but they just
it's
don't.
very easy to gravitate to Robin. when you
Yeah,
like
because she's
lore.
like the archaeologist,
she's
right?
literally an archaeologist. Yes.
Yeah.
And she's so plain looking, but at the same time, she's beautiful. It's
Aeroplane.
weird.
She's awesome.
Yeah. Because she's also the snarkiest one out of, and how she just says stuff,
Don't ever ask to dock with me again.
and she's
Who are we
just like,
talking about?
yeah, we're probably
Nico
all
Robin
going to die
in One
because
Piece.
this is
Oh.
going to happen. And then
It's the
everyone's
thing that
like,
she says
why
while
are
they're
you so
doing a
calm?
stupid
You're
thing.
scaring us to death.
I tried to watch it, but I was angry at the time, so it didn't really work. I think that's what happened with the other one. I was watching. What was the movie I tried? Oh, yeah, the Batman. Yeah, I was angry, so it didn't work.
Sorry to hear about that, Kevin, but I will only talk stuff about Buffalo Bills.
How can we dance when our beds are burning?
I'm probably the only one that recognizes that song, other than the stream, because a lot of people in the demographics around somewhere between you and me.
The time has come to say fair's fair. Forget the rest of the words, so I can't sing anymore. Da-na-na.
Nah, I don't want, I'm here to, as they said on the TV series V, I am a peace always. I try to make my neck longer, but I can't do it.
Yeah, don't do that.
Moreno Baracco or whatever her name is. Deadpool's girl.
Oh, yeah,
So
yeah, yeah.
it's her.
She was good in that. She was creepy in that.
Cool. I'm glad that's working out, Trey. Yeah, it was, Kevin. Mark coming
Mark-
with some lyrics
Mark
there.
coming in with some lyrics. Is that the right lyrics, Mark?
Let's get it back.
Pay rent now to pay our share.
I don't know. It's very
It
British.
sounds about
So,
right.
I think they're British, aren't they? British.
Yeah.
I mean, you're supposed to know. You're supposed to
Oh,
know.
it's a good job you ended that
In
sentence.
any
Yeah,
band
oh.
that comes out of Europe,
Oh,
you know.
Yeah, no, I do.
So
But-
you like if I throw out a K-pop band, you should know because
Yes.
it's not anywhere that's not the
No,
United
it's
States.
not
You're the
the-
expert.
It's not in the
So
Americas.
who sings Butter?
Butter?
Yeah,
Butterscotch?
no. I love butterscotch pie. By the way, it's my favorite pie.
Butter. What song is Butter?
It's a K-pop song. You're supposed to know this stuff.
I don't
I was
know.
about to say that's the Christmas special, Kevin.
Ozzy, I think they are.
I thought you were leaving.
Yeah, but now I'm invested in this.
Okay,
I
all
can
right,
talk
well.
about a couple segments.
Welcome back into hour number 2 of the Upstate Pulse. Lonzo here, along with Odie and Cameron and T2. And Matthew has decided he can't go because he wants to fight.
I'm having too much fun.
Yeah, he wants to fight. And see, this thing brings out some anger. And so the problem is, and Matthew pointed this out. So when I decided to go with sidekicks, the other thing I was going to go with, Batman's going to win every time. Okay, a lot of this stuff.
What was the other one?
It was I think it was just superheroes because he never went with straight superheroes before.
Oh wow.
But Batman would have won. And so where's the fun in
Probably.
that? And this, I don't have a clue who's going to win. I don't. I have an idea of who I think the final 4 might be, but it's not going to be.
No, that's already been dashed.
Yeah, and well, I was shocked that we got the upset of Zorro losing to Abu the monkey. All right, let us finish out this corner. So it's Cameron's turn to sit out, right?
Yes.
Because I said out last time. We have Donkey. I'm making waffles. Donkey from Shrek.
That'll do, Donkey.
Donkey.
Yes.
Dragon Lair.
Donkey. Yeah. That he was. Yes. Going up against Robin, Tim Drake. So Tim Drake, the one of the who later became Drake, and also so he was the
And Red Robin.
yeah, Red Robin also
Yum.
Yeah, he was
Red Hood.
yeah. No.
He took on that persona.
No. Jason did that.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
Jason. Right,
yeah,
right.
So Tim Drake, Robin, who was the third Robin, I believe.
Yeah, he's the one that I always forget about.
Yeah, he's the one that I always forget about too. He's the one I don't really like. And so I'm going to go first and go with Donkey. All right. Tim, Donkey or Tim Drake's Robin?
I don't like either one of them. I'll go with Robin.
Okay. So we got a Robin.
I really don't like Donkey.
And we got a Donkey. What? You don't like Eddie Murphy?
Donkey?
I hate that movie.
Okay.
I
All
hate
right.
it.
All right. Better out than in, I always say. All right. Matthew.
Donkey.
All right. So we got a couple donkeys and a Robin. And Odie, Donkey or Robin?
Well, when I was rescuing Fiona from the Dragon's Lair, I could have done it without my sidekick, Donkey. So I have to pick Donkey. I couldn't pick anybody else.
All right, there we go, Donkey. So the bottom half is done. Next week, or when we get to it, matchups will be Barney versus Bob, will be Krillin versus Pinky, will be Batgirl versus Launchpad McQuack, and Abu versus Donkey. All right,
Every time.
let us move on to let's just go up above it and start with the one that everyone thought we were going to start. Nope, waiting on that. I do not go in order. I
So
do
mean.
things
So mean.
my way.
All right, Frank.
And now, exactly. All right, let us start with Wonder Girl versus Rick Jones. All right, Wonder Girl, Donna Troy, who was Wonder Woman's sidekick for a long time, also made out of magic or from the gods, all that stuff. She has the same powers that Wonder Woman does. She was with the Teen Titans when the Teen Titans came about because all the sidekicks formed their own group, and she was one of the original members. And probably was her and Starfire. I don't know which one's the strongest, but she's definitely up there. So Wonder Girl versus Rick Jones, who is the sidekick of the Hulk and several other members. He's one of those guys, like a normal human dude who's just like people's help, man in the chair
I'm
type
gonna be
guy.
honest, until 2 seconds ago when I looked it up, I didn't even realize the Hulk had a sidekick.
All right. So here's the thing. When I put together this list, first I started out with comic books, and I was going to go straight comic books the whole way. But the problem is Marvel didn't do sidekicks. So almost all these are DC sidekicks. And so this guy was really good in one thing. So they moved him on to another. And who we skipping this time?
It would be me, wouldn't it? No.
No, it's me.
No, it's Cameron.
No, it's me.
No, I just got skipped. So it'd be
Oh,
Tim.
so
Yeah,
you're
it's
skipping
funny.
Tim.
I thought it was
Okay,
me.
all right. So Wonder Girl versus Rick Jones. Odie, who you got?
Well, I had an awful crush on the original Wonder Woman, so I'm going to go her sidekick.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Matthew.
I'm gonna go with Wonder Girl.
Okay. I also am going with Wonder Girl. Cameron.
I'm also going to go with Donna Troy.
Okay. Yeah. And if you watch the show Titans, Donna Troy was probably one of the best parts about the whole thing.
Mhm.
I loved her. She was great.
She's good in just about any interpretation that they've shown, like animated or otherwise.
Agreed. All right. The next matchup, and this will be who we skipping this time? We're skipping Matthew, right? All right. Microchip, who is the man in the chair for the Punisher. So the guy who got him all the weapons and all that kind of stuff, drove the van around. That guy. That's a sidekick,
Yeah,
right?
no, yeah,
that's your guy. That's your
No,
help.
I'm making the faces because I'm looking at the two of them like,
Yeah. And then there's Penny from Inspector Gadget. Inspector Gadget.
Oh,
Woohoo.
Gadget.
I haven't seen that show in forever.
All right, so Penny was his niece, I think.
Yeah.
In Inspector Gadget.
Yeah.
And really the brains of the thing.
No Brains was the dog.
Oh yeah, well there's that too.
Mhm.
But she was the girl in that show. And Tim, Microchip or Penny?
Penny.
All right, Tim is going with Penny. I am going with Penny.
Mm.
Cameron.
Mm.
All right. So the Punisher wouldn't have been able to do half the stuff that he'd be able to without Microchip.
Doopa-doopa-doo.
I just want to point out Inspector Gadget would have been dead without Penny. But go ahead.
Okay.
Doopa-doopa-doo-doo.
You know, I'm just,
All right. You give Microchip some love. You going
Yeah.
with Microchip? Okay.
Doopa-doo.
All right, Odie.
1/100th of a pound. Miss Penny.
Okay, so Penny goes through and beats Microchip. We'll have more ties, or maybe we won't, because this thing ain't that way. All right, here we go. This, I think, a very difficult matchup. Who we skipping this time?
Udi.
We're skipping Odie. Odie is not involved in one that he actually would know some stuff about.
Yes, I would.
Yeah, that's how it works. All right,
Because
so
I'm smarter than the average
we
producer.
have Robin. This one is Jason Todd. So the thing about Jason Todd, he was the second Robin. People absolutely hated him. This was before the internet, I believe. But people hated Jason Todd to the point where Marvel said, put out a thing to vote. Should Jason Todd die or not? And they voted for Jason Todd to die. So
Yep.
Jason Todd was crowbarred to death by the Joker. So that's how bad they hated him. Now later on, he was resurrected.
It kind of turned out really good though,
And-
because the story that resulted from all of that is really good.
It is, and
Why do they hate that Robin so much?
he was
because he was following up the first Robin,
Yeah.
the most popular.
yeah,
one.
and he's also kind of a punk.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
now he's Red Hood. So the Joker early on used the guise of Red Hood. So now Jason Todd took on that persona because that's the guy who killed him. And Red Hood is the one that's on the fringes and sometimes goes over the line. He's not someone who you would think Batman would be behind. But before all that, he was the Robin that everyone wanted dead. Going up against, I don't know, Yogi, Boo Boo Bear. So Boo Boo Bear, again, Boo Boo.
Boo Boo.
Boo Boo.
get some picnic baskets.
See, Boo Boo, the voice of reason. When Yogi wants to get into some mischief, Boo Boo's like, listen, Yogi, not a good idea. But you know what? Your guy, your sidekick, your guy that's there for you, even though
You're going
You're doing something wrong.
even
Yeah.
though you're doing something you shouldn't be doing, he's
Yeah.
right there with you because he's going to make sure you get through it on the other side. Even
Okay,
though
Yogi, I
even though
don't
it may
know
not
if we
be the
should
right thing to
go
do.
Here, man.
So, Cameron, who you got, Boo Boo or Robin?
I'm gonna go Robin. Robin put his life on the line for Batman. He tried his best.
Boo Boo put his
Maybe-
life on the line for picnic baskets.
Yeah, but he's the bear.
He
though.
didn't get
He's the
crowbarred
bear.
to
He's
death
the-
by the Joker.
Yeah, he didn't get crowbarred by the bear. Yeah, you're right. All right.
Unless you take a crowbar.
yeah, yeah,
Right.
yeah. All right, Tim.
Or in a picnic case, a
I'm going-
baguette.
I'm
Muffed
going.
kind
I'm going Boo Boo just because again he's ride or die.
Hey,
He's
Boo-Boo.
with you whether you're doing a good thing or a bad thing.
You're right. All right, Matthew.
So we've got one for each right now.
Yeah, we do.
We do.
I am pretty much on the fence for both. and I kind of think I want to see some anarchy going on here. So I think I'm gonna go with Boo Boo.
Hey, Boo Boo.
Wow.
Hey, Boo Boo.
So you got 2 Boo Boos and 1 Robin, Jason, Todd. Here's the thing. I just went to Borderlands Comics and Games, 410 South Pleasantburg Drive, Tuesday, and bought a Red Hood comic book. So I am going with Robin, Jason, Todd, as we probably believed I was going to do. So it's
That's what I was
Robin,
thinking of.
Robin versus Boo Boo. Text line 71307. Don't hit it yet. Who's going through, Robin or Boo Boo Bear? It's so weird saying those two together. It really is. Robin, Jason, Todd, Robin versus Boo Boo. Countdown is coming from Tim right now.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
There we go. Text line 71307. Robin or Boo Boo. We'll let you know on the stream who got it. Everybody else, we'll let you know when we come back from break. You listen to the Upstate Pulse right here. News Talk 98.9 WRD, the voice of the Carolinas.
Kind of felt like Tim's countdown was just falling down the stairs. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
What? I want to see how they said hither, thither, and yon.
That was weird.
I don't care. That's why I'm doing it.
I know, but they're throwing me so far out.
I warned you. I
know.
warned you. You had plenty of warning. And I will tell you, I'm going to mix them up. I'm going to take some out, put more in, just because I want to.
Well, now I know they're coming. Like, that's...
You knew that was coming and still messed you up.
It kind of did. Because I was like, what am
I didn't tag that one like I should. So
I was like, what am I turning off? Why is there noise?
So it's just the female voice is throwing you off.
No, it's the because it's a voice that I don't know.
Right.
Because I know all the ads, I know all the promos.
All right, who won?
Oh, sorry. Oh yeah. Well, it was very, very.
What was the first one?
Not even close. The very first one was, "Hey, Boo Boo."
Of course.
Hey, Boo Boo.
I feel like Odie's problem in diversion to the those certain spots is just like, I don't know you. Why are you here?
It's all about the liner.
Oh yeah, kind of.
Yeah.
It wouldn't shock me if Boo Boo or Barney Rubble or someone like that wins the whole thing. I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know.
I imagine Pinky's the unstoppable force.
We'll
but-
see.
Oh.
We will see. The
like
first
it.
round is always full of matchups that are fairly easy. Usually,
Oh
it's when you get to then it starts getting harder as you go on.
Well, see, Kevin, you're sitting there in your ivory tower saying that nobody calls a crowbar anymore. I've got a few friends who are crows and they go to the bar and it is a crowbar. So, you know.
By the way, in the comic book, when he's killed by a crowbar, it's called a crowbar. So, I mean, there's that.
Doop-a-doop-a-doop.
I mean,
That's going to be stuck in your head all day. isn't it?
it's because Kevin, you know what Kevin calls it?
What?
Tar iron.
Tar iron
Tar iron.
or a pull bar
Oh, it's tar iron.
or you call it pry bar. How about Kevin call it pry bar?
No, there's a difference between,
Tar iron and a pry bar.
yeah.
Tar
A
iron
pry
is
bar
taking
doesn't have a lug wrench at the end of it like crowbar does.
Tar iron.
Tar iron. That's what you call it, don't you, Kevin? It's okay. I live down there too. I know.
Either way, dead.
Yes, exactly. Exactly, Keith. Either way, they're dead.
The Joker just goes, semantics.
Hey, I think the next matchup is going to be very difficult.
What's the next one? Oh yeah,
Don't say it. The next one, they'll just have to wait
oh
for
yeah,
it. You know who knows what the next one is?
I do.
California Psychics.
You know why? Because he knows.
Because they're California
Just
Psychics.
know.
You guys can't hear the commercials, but there's a national spot, California Psychics, which people in this area really hate. I don't blame them. They complain about it all the time, but it's a national spot. So it isn't like we have anything to do with it. But if you don't like the California Psychics commercial, make sure you call the station and complain
They know.
to the program director. He loves that.
California Psychics know. California Psychics know that people don't want to call.
I'm looking for my list. It tells me what's on what things are, and it's just like right there, just sitting right there. Yeah.
It's almost like you made a key
All
for
right,
yourself.
who gets skipped this time? That would be me. Okay.
Wow.
Oh, I don't get to participate.
Yeah.
Welcome back into the Upstate Pulse.
I hate jackhammer. You know that.
Yeah, I get
It
it.
just comes in so slowly.
Well,
There it
you
is.
don't have to play it.
I know,
Ah.
but every time I just pick it, like, oh, jackhammer, and I'm like, oh, I don't like that one.
So here's the thing. This
Oh, sorry, Tim.
can go by really quick or it can go by really slow depending on the kind of arguments we have. I'm liking the pace of this so far because if we get through this whole half, then we only have a half to do next week, and then things will start getting smaller and smaller.
Mhm.
By the way,
Yes.
who won the matchup between Boo Boo Bear and Jason Todd?
Hey, boo boo. Hey, boo boo.
Boo Boo
Oh,
goes
he turned it
through.
on.
Boo Boo goes through. So, this is not who would win in the fight. It's just who's the better sidekick because
Yeah.
Jason Todd will flat out
What
destroy Boo Boo.
is that? What we?
No.
I was guessing who was going to win in the fights.
Oh, so you thought Boo Boo could beat Robin?
Yeah,
Okay, maybe in Ireland. I don't know.
because we have lots of bears in Ireland.
Do you?
No.
I don't know. I don't know. Maybe you do. All right. The next matchup.
We have bear skeletons.
I don't know what that means.
The skeletons of a bear.
Skeletons of. But how would you have skeletons of a bear if you don't have bear?
Because it's a
Imported.
bear, and they're attracted by bears.
I don't get it.
We used to have bears, but now they're extinct because the Irish lads are like, oh, look, a bear, I better eat it.
Okay. Is that real?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I
Look
don't know,
up.
man.
There's a place called the Allowee Caves in County Clare, and they've got loads of skeletons
Is it
of bear.
County Clare or a County Clare?
County Clare.
You know, like the Clare County.
One, ha, 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 County Clare.
All right. The next matchup
We lost Lance.
is Bucky Barnes. All right. So when you think Bucky Barnes, you think Winter Soldier, but no. He does become that. But early on, Bucky Barnes was like the junior member of next to Captain America. I think he wore shorts. I can't remember, but I think he might have wore shorts. That was Bucky Barnes, the sidekick to Captain America, going up against Wolverine's sidekick. And all the things that I looked at as far as trying to put this list together listed Jubilee as Wolverine's sidekick. And I was not aware of that, but apparently she was. So we are going Bucky Barnes versus Jubilee. I am not in this one because I'm being skipped. Tim, Bucky Barnes or Jubilee?
Bucky.
Did you watch X-Men 97?
Yes.
So do you know who Jubilee is? I'm just asking. I mean, that's fine.
I didn't. It's hard. I
She
can't
wore
remember.
like a trench coat. She had glasses and she could
Oh
like,
yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She was like the young kid.
I
thing.
liked X-Men, but I didn't watch the cartoon.
All right, if we get a chance later on, we got some news about X-Men 97. All right, Cameron, who you got?
I think this is an easy one for me, Jubilee, just because she added so much more flair to
Literally.
Yes, yes, literally with the powers, whatnot, and she's a good counterpart to Wolverine because Wolverine is gruff, angry, kills people, and Jubilee is the fun kid that makes him have to be a little bit more empathetic and.
Who you calling gruff,
All right.
bub?
So far, we've got one
Not
Jubilee
you, Mr.
and
Wolverine.
one Bucky Barnes. Odie, who you got?
I am going to say, and only because every time I see Bucky, I keep going to Bucky O'Hare and the Toads from Mars or wherever they were. So that song is stuck in my head. Bucky, Captain Bucky O'Hare.
Yeah,
So-
no,
none
we
of us-
don't.
none
No,
of us know
we
that.
don't have a clue
Okay.
what that is. Yeah.
Well, I'm going to go with Bucky.
Okay, whatever your reason, that's fine. All right, so we got two Buckies and a Jubilee. Matthew.
I am also going with Bucky.
All
Not
right.
for the same reason as
All right.
Cody, though.
So Jubilee loses, and Bucky Barnes goes through. All right, our next matchup.
Much like the X-Men, she gets her butts kicked.
Our next matchup is Flounder. Yes, Flounder.
Flounder.
And what is Flounder from? No, not Animal House.
Little
Although
Mermaid.
Flounder is from Animal House.
A whole new world.
Flounder.
I call
No.
Dingle hopper.
No, Flounder is under the sea.
A snarflat.
Flounder is the sidekick for Ariel.
Under
Oh,
the
yeah.
sea.
Yeah, that
Downward
is Flounder.
sweater. You might need a sweater.
Yes.
Take
dude.
it from me.
Yes, there we go. Flounder going up against Nappa, who is
I am hilarious, and you will quote everything I say.
yes,
Remember the Bug Planet Vegeta?
Remember
yes.
that Bug Planet Vegeta?
So
Vegeta.
uh,
No, stop.
Vegeta.
Stop.
Hey, Vegeta.
so Nappa is the sidekick of Vegeta in Dragon Ball Z. And who are we skipping?
I didn't even remember
Skipping-
that.
Me.
Oh.
Skipping Cameron. Oh, that sucks for you. All right, so Nappa versus
funny.
Flounder. I'm going to go first and go Nappa. Even though he didn't stay the sidekick for very long in the series because Vegeta killed him because he was weak, which he wasn't, but compared to Vegeta, he was. So Vegeta killed him. But I'm going to go with Nappa because I think we need some bald representation on this on this thing.
On the show in general.
Yeah, for no reason at all.
It is beautiful.
For no, yes, it is. It is. All right, Matthew, Flounder or Nappa?
Vegeta, a Pokemon.
I'd also like to say we're doing all the Team 4-star stuff,
Yes.
not the actual.
All right, so
any of the actual quotes.
I'm a Nappa fan.
all right, so 2 Nappas. Odie, who you got?
Well, because absolutely everything that was just said went right over my head like the red arrows doing a flyby. I'm going to go with Flounder.
Okay, all right. Tim, I wonder who you're going to go with.
Well, I'm going to go ahead and say that Flounder was a coward. So, like, he was afraid of everything. So, I'm going with Nappa.
Okay, there we go. So Nappa goes through. Man, if Nappa wins this whole thing, Vegeta is not going to be happy. All right,
He's
all right, who are we skipping this time? We're skipping Tim this time. Kid Flash, Wally West, who was who was the Flash's sidekick. Later on, went to what?
No, just before you do, we got our friend sending in limericks again. It came in really bad, so I can't read it out, and there's bits of it missing. So if you
click
want to
on
try
it.
it again.
So,
I clicked on it.
you just wanted
Yeah, click on it like you're going to respond.
Yeah, no,
it'll
but
put them all
it's-
in order.
No, they're all.
He just wants to actually see the limerick.
all
I
right.
do, yeah.
So Kid Flash, Wally West, who was a great character early on. There is a series where he kills several different superheroes, including his best friend Arsenal. But and then later on becomes something else. But so Wally West, early on, Kid Flash, he's the sidekick to Flash. Not as fast as him. Going up against Odie's favorite, Monterey Jack. I was waiting for you to do some Monterey Jack, and you didn't do any Monterey Jack. I'm just really shocked.
Like from Chip and Dale, Monterey
Yeah, from
Jack?
Chip and Dale,
Okay.
Monterey Jack.
Oh, that Monterey Jack.
Yeah, so you didn't know that.
Oh.
No, it just
Yeah.
Cheese. Yes, that Monterey Jack. The one who loves the cheese. Yes.
Yeah.
Like
one who
Dave
had a
says,
cheese addiction, and he had to like,
Cheese wins. Yes, he had
Got
an
him with-
addiction to cheese.
and he had like loan sharks on him in the
I'm
movie.
with Viper Dave. Cheese wins every time.
Yes, yes. All right, so I'm skipping Cameron, right?
No, I think you're skipping me.
Oh, we're
this time.
skipping Tim. Okay, so Cameron, Kid Flash and Monterey Jack.
I'm gonna have to go with Kid Flash, just because I really liked his representation in Young Justice.
It was really good.
It was.
It was. All right, Matthew, who you got?
I'm also going to go with Kid Flash.
All right.
Pretty much the same reason.
All right. Odie.
If I remember, Monterey Jack
Souvenir.
was from Australia, mate.
He was.
And he liked a bit of cheese, That's not a knife. So I'm going to pick Monterey Jack.
All right. So normally
There's
I
some
would,
implications with that.
I would pick Monterey Jack, but he's a junkie and I cannot pick a junkie. So I'm going with Kid
Not a
Flash.
junkie.
Kid Flash. He was a cheese junkie. No, he was.
Hey,
He was
Bruce.
addicted to cheese, man.
Monterey Jack,
Cheese
that
made him
junkie
do
skull.
some things that he was not proud of.
Yeah, he
Oh,
would
I
get
know.
mesmerized by the
But
cheese.
also, did you guys probably didn't see the Chip and Dale movie? Talking about the cartoon, not the dancers.
yeah.
But yeah,
Which one? The pirate one?
no,
Pirates?
no, the newer movie where one
Oh.
of them got the CGI surgery or whatever it was called. So one of them was the old animation and one of them was the new.
Oh, yeah.
And they
Animation.
had old pre-redesigned movie Sonic in it.
Yeah,
Yes.
it was a good movie.
Ugly movie.
Yes.
Sonic.
All right. Let's go ahead and take a break. When we come back, we will finish up.
Who went through there?
Kid Flash did.
Oh.
Yeah, it's okay.
He went by in a flash.
Yeah, it was
It
so
all happened
it was
so
so quick.
quickly.
And I don't know why I would pick that. If you're on the stream, you see what shirt I'm wearing. I mean, there's that.
Favoritism.
And our
see-
waiter kept saying he didn't want to move too fast or he might disappear. And I'm the only one who caught it. You listen to the Upstate Pulse right here on News Talk 98.9 WRD, the voice of the Carolinas.
G'day, mate.
My defense. I know. Tense.
Oh, there's always an excuse. All right, so we have one more break, right?
Yeah,
So
should have.
we've got 2 more matchups to finish up this side. So we may have Nerd Roundtable ready just in case. The original, well, I love the Teen Titans comic book. By the way, I collect Teen Titans. Also, not until Rebirth though. I don't have any of the stuff before that. The Teen Titans was the first comic book. When I got sick, they would bring me comic books, and I was sick a lot as a kid. And Teen Titans, when they first appeared in whatever book that was, I had it, and it's probably in my mom's attic and has fallen to dust by now because it was not protected. But there was like a flash forward or something, and Robin was actually in the Teen Titans, and he had no idea what was going on, and it was really cool. Oh, look, Aunt May's about to die. You know, I did not put Lois Lane in there because I don't consider her a sidekick.
No.
She's a love interest.
If anything, it would be not her, but oh my gosh, I'm forgetting his name.
Jimmy Olsen is
Jimmy
in.
Olsen, thank
He's
you.
he's in here
Yeah.
because he is a sidekick.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm not putting him on air. I want to hear this limerick. It's private between me and him. Don't worry about it. It's all good.
She's Superman's side, yes, but not his sidekick. She's not his side though. That's your side chick means there's another chick involved.
Yeah,
according to Chicory. Well, whatever Chicory, whatever that is.
The dichotomies of romance. I think
The
that's
parameters may not be to everyone's liking, but they're mine. Again, all hatred and bad vibes and whatever about this thing towards me.
Howdy.
That's what you can do.
Yeah.
Was she though, Kevin? I don't think she was. Aside, if anything, it was Pete or it was Chloe that were sidekicks.
No,
It wasn't Lana, or it wasn't Lois. Although maybe later
Go
on,
on, say it to me. Tell me it.
maybe later on it was, but it was more it was more Pete or Chloe. Ken, what you talking about, dude? Lois Lane was not related to Superman. I don't get it. Just like Supergirl, you can't make her a sidekick. Although I guess you could. She was in the
Awesome, buddy.
beginning.
Absolutely awesome. Come here, listen. We got to go.
You're doing that over the mic.
No, perfect. Absolutely brilliant.
oh,
I got to
you-
go because
oh,
we got to
you-
get back on air.
You're talking in the mic when you do that.
Cool.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, which was talking over what we're doing, talking to the.
All right.
Yeah. Chloe definitely was a sidekick, and Pete was a sidekick until he got arrested in real life. And Chloe got arrested later on. Allison
Yeah.
Mack, because she was in a sex cult. I think she recently got out of prison though.
Good.
Because she, I think she turned state's witness or something.
Oh,
Yeah. Who was Cousins?
I think he's talking about
He
talking about Supergirl.
But I thought he said, "Oh, I'm looking at Chris saying." All right, maybe it got
Kevin,
lost somewhere, Kevin,
you're
because I
thinking
don't see
about
that.
Supergirl.
Yeah, anywhere. Yeah. Always like hearing my good friend Gunther, who, if he slapped me, I would flat out cry. I just would. It's his chops are lethal and legendary. All right, we are going to continue with this, trying to finish up this half of the bracket. Got a good pace going, loving it, and I've only seen there's been a couple upsets, but nothing to get mad and leave the room over. We've seen those before, like last year when Sephiroth lost and Tim became vindictive and made me pay for it.
Who won last year? I can't remember.
It was video games, and I
I
don't.
believe it was Star Wars.
I influenced that
Mario.
one. No, Star Wars is the first one.
No.
Yeah,
I can
because
look-
that was versus.
you know what you can do? You can look it up because it's on the Facebook page. You just have to go back
Yeah.
or you can go back. By the way, if you want to know, go to the Odyssey app, download that for free. Go back and find that episode from last year, or you can check out our podcast on the podcast page, 98.9 WORD. That's free also. Just go do that if you want. And if you want to be better versed in what we are doing here, you can check out the last 8 years of it. This is our 9th year. Having fun doing our sidekick bracket. All right, the next matchup. Who's getting skipped this time?
Well, I'm dancing to the bed.
Yeah, that's
My
okay.
turn.
Is it Matthew's
Yep.
turn? All right. All right, pull that down before we get flagged.
Oh,
Piglet versus Harley Quinn. All right, Piglet. Piglet is Pooh has a couple sidekicks, but Pooh's main sidekick is Piglet. All right, it is. Piglet is his guy. Whatever adventure he's on, Piglet's going to be there with him. Right in the mix, right in the problem.
Oh, deer.
Yes. Needing, even though he stuttered, even though he was scared, Piglet was right there.
Yeah, he was very brave, actually.
Helping Pooh out and or getting stuck with Pooh. Going up against Harleen Quinzel, who was the psychiatrist for the Joker in Arkham Asylum, and decided that she would be his sidekick, Harley Quinn. Now, originally, they drew this up for Batman the Animated Series, but then she became so popular that now she has her own comic book series, has been in a ton of things. She's Wicked in DC versus Vampires and Zombies. You should check those out. 2 separate things. But Harley is
One of DC's poster characters.
yes, she is, and she's a bad guy. And so Harley versus man, what when you're thinking of matchups, Harley versus Piglet. I mean,
I think Piglet could take her.
I agree.
Maybe
Mhm.
bite her knees or something. Who did we say we're skipping? I'm getting old. We're
Matthew.
skipping Matthew. All right, so Odie, Harley or Piglet?
Well, as you know, if you want to dispose of a body, you need about 8 piggies to finish the job in one sitting. They can go through about 200 pounds of uncooked flesh in about 8 minutes. So I'm going to pick Harley Quinn.
I was lost. Was you?
Oh, that was Brick Top out of Snatch.
Never
Oh.
watched Snatch.
I thought that was patio furniture.
Yes.
No.
All right. Kevin on stream wants to know who Dracula's sidekick was.
Renfield.
Yes. All right. Piglet versus Harley Quinn. Love Piglet, especially on a BLT. It's very tasty. I gotta say, it's tender bacon.
Would you put some honey glazed?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. We're putting the honey glaze.
Honey glazed
on the-
piglet.
oh yeah.
Welcome
yeah.
to the salivating portion of the
Yes,
show.
yes.
Bacon seeds.
And you know who would eat that sandwich?
Who?
After killing Piglet?
Yeah,
that would
Pooh.
be Harley Quinn. So I am going with Harley Quinn. Cameron.
A lot of things can be said about sidekicks, about faithfulness. To be faithful to the hero or villain that you're trying to support. You know who never faltered or wavered? Piglet. He might have been
Wow.
scared.
No.
He might have been
Hold
afraid.
on now. I'm going to have to put the foot down on this one because Harley Quinn never faltered or wavered.
Well,
Her entire character arc is breaking away from an abusive relationship with the Joker.
But she never did.
She did.
yes, she did.
Yes,
She
she
did.
did.
In the comic books, she
Ruined
did.
it.
Yeah, she's
Look-
with Poison Ivy now.
She's
Yes.
kissing whacking Phoenix. So, they may be singing, but they're back together again.
No, that's
That's a different world.
yeah.
It's still Harley Quinn.
Should
it is.
we talk
but,
about
but
the
by the way,
multiverse to you,
by the
Odie?
way, that's movies, and we're talking animated or comic books. So,
My vote goes for Piglet.
You can just sit in
all
the
right,
tower.
Tim.
I don't know. I don't know who to pick, honestly. So I'm just gonna go with Harley Quinn because despite what everybody says about me in DC, I do like the bad guys in DC.
I didn't think about how this would be a hard selection for him with his hate. I didn't.
No, I love the bad guys in
okay.
DC. Like
All right,
the
so-
villains are awesome.
So Harley goes through. Poor Piglet.
I tried.
He tasted so good though.
It tastes so
all right,
amazing.
so
Piglet.
Dude, Piglet could fit on a sandwich. He's like that small.
yeah, I know, but it would be tasty. It would be tender, and you would savor it. All right,
No one sticks up for the little guys.
the last matchup of the day, and we will have completed one side of the bracket, and we'll get to the other side next week, is Kato, who is the sidekick for the Green Hornet, versus Arthur, not in the face, the sidekick for the Tick. All right, who are we skipping? We're skipping me, right?
We're skipping Odie.
We're skipping Odie. Okay, all right.
Why are you mad at this?
Why are you so bad, man?
Because I'm thinking ahead about what I'm going to try to squeeze into the rest of the show.
Gotcha. I'm sorry.
And also I have other people here to help me keep track of it. I did really well in the first hour. Okay. It's past my bedtime. All right. So we've got Kato versus Arthur.
I would have said Arthur, but I'm not in it. So
You're not in it.
Yeah.
So that's just too bad for you. All right, Cameron,
Yep.
tell us why Kato or Arthur.
All right. I'd like to say why Arthur should be considered for this matchup, because the Tick is absolutely insane. Arthur is just some regular guy in a bunny costume.
I believe he was an accountant.
He was an accountant.
Yeah,
Yep.
I believe
he was an
He
accountant.
was literally just an accountant.
Trying
An
his
accountant?
best
Accountant?
with,
Yes.
with a maniac who just screams spoon
Yes.
as he goes into battle.
There is nothing wrong with screaming spoon as you go into
Oh
battle.
no, it
as
was
I well know.
implications.
That's a great battle cry. Spoon for sure. And Arthur's battle cry is not in the face.
It's not in the face.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't want to get hit in the face. All right. So who'd you end up going with? I don't know why he's laughing.
Arthur.
Yeah, Arthur. All right. Tim,
What are the who are these people again?
were you
I was listening.
where were
but
you, Tim?
I don't know. The Tick. I'm looking at the Tick right now. What was the other
all right. Arthur is an accountant in a bunny suit who just wants to fly, and he helps the Tick out. Trust me, without Arthur, the voice of reason, the Tick would die.
Oh, absolutely.
Because the Tick has no, he just thinks he can do
I can't believe
anything.
There's a superhero called the Tick. I mean,
Yeah.
like,
You have never seen the Tick before.
no.
you need to watch
Yeah, you
it.
need to watch
like
it. Especially the
original
Christmas.
animated series.
The Christmas episode was my favorite episode of all time.
When
Oh,
did
yeah.
this come out?
'Cause
Okay.
it-
Early 2000s, late 90s.
Yeah.
Oh, the
it's
Tick
so
was out in the late night. Yeah,
It
yeah,
was the
yeah,
late
yeah,
90s.
yeah.
I knew it was in that range. I
Yeah,
wasn't
he,
sure specifically when.
he couldn't hit. I can't hit Santa. He's jolly. You've
Wait,
got
who's the other one?
The other one is Kato, who is the sidekick for the Green Hornet,
Green
which is a
Lantern.
comic book.
He's the
No,
car,
Green
right?
Hornet.
Terrible movie.
Green Hornet. Yes.
He's not-
Okay.
It's
Okay.
but as a comic book, really good. And by
I'm
the way,
not super familiar with
the
Green
TV
Hornet.
series Bruce Lee played Kato, but we're not
All right,
talking about the live
I'm gonna
action.
go with Kato.
Okay, I shouldn't have mentioned that. That's the only reason why he's doing that. All right, Matthew.
You know I got to go with my boy Arthur.
Yes.
Yeah.
Not
Yeah.
in the face.
All right, so
Not in the face.
I'm also going with Arthur. So we have finished up that part of the bracket. So when we get to the second round for that side, it will be Wonder Girl versus Penny, Boo Boo versus Bucky, Nappa versus Kid Flash, Harley Quinn versus Arthur. So there you go. All right, the bracket continues. We will declare the greatest sidekick of all time, according to the Upstate Pulse. Take a couple of weeks. Now, next week, we'll get through hopefully the other side of the bracket, and we will finish up right around time. We'll be able to squeeze more stuff in eventually. We will finish up right around the time for something called South Carolina Comic-Con, which you guys need to go ahead and get your tickets right now. Put on by Borderlands Comics and Games and our friend and benefactor, Rob Young, the Exalted One. And you will be able to see a ton of big-time guests, including Jim Lee, the artist, Jay Lee, the artist, a ton of wrestlers, including Danhausen. And there's this guy who played Captain Kirk. I don't know if you heard of him. It's William Shatner. He's going to be there, including a bunch of voice actors, which has at least 3 people in these rooms excited. And we're all right here. It's the 3 of us are really excited about the voice actors. We hope to be able to get some of them on the show, even if we have to come in and record them at another time and then play it back. Or who knows, maybe when they're done, we can get somebody to come over to the studio. It is a possibility that we will be able to do that. But make sure you can buy your tickets online at sccomiccon.com, or you can go by the store, 410 South Pleasantburg Drive, Borderlands Comics and Games, and buy your tickets there. And they have 1-day tickets. They got 2-day tickets. You're going to have fun. You really are. And you're going to be able to buy things that you've seen online, but you haven't been able to touch with your own hands. and it's really, really cool. Chris wants to know, is Lonzo a sidekick to Rob Brown? If a with and an and is a sidekick, then that's what I am. And yes, it rhymed because I got flow like nobody else, yo. Anyway, Tim is so not paying attention right now.
I was paying attention.
Okay, all right.
Shall we make the table roundy?
We should make the table round.
Why are you messing with the fantasy? We know about the reality.
All right, let's talk a little video games real quick in the roundtable. So it was announced that Diablo 4 is coming to Game Pass next month. If you have a gaming service or a service of any kind, does it bother you when you pay full price for a game and then you get it for free? It's not technically for free because you're paying for the subscription to a service like this. Does that bother you, Matthew?
Not really.
Because unless it's a game day arrival on like Game Pass, you're probably going to have it for like Diablo 4's been out for a year, right?
Not a full year.
So
Like
been
at
close
least
to a
half
year.
close.
Yeah,
It's
close to a
some
year.
like 8 or 9 months probably.
Does that make you want to get a service when you see a game like this is on there and you don't want to pay full price, but you can pay like $15 a month and play that game?
Nah.
Cameron, what do you think about that? Because you and I both paid full price for Diablo.
Here's the thing.
We actually paid a little bit extra.
Diablo was one of those games that we were looking forward to.
True.
And regardless of some of the hate that it's received, and some of it rightfully so for microtransactions, I still liked it. I'm still probably going to go back to it. But if it was a different game, I might have been upset. I've had this happen before where I had bought a game for you and for my sister, and then it came out on Game Pass the next week.
Yeah,
and I was very upset.
Yeah, that's rough. Dave says on the stream, no, what bothers me is paying for something like Prime and they now have ads.
Yes.
In their shows and movies.
I'll agree with
I
that.
remember when Twitch stopped doing they now have ads even when you have Twitch Prime.
I was watching the new Grand Tour last night, the Sand Job, and it was just, I was just watching. I was like, why stop with the ads?
Well,
And they want you to pay more to get no
I was
ads.
going to say you can pay extra for no ads, but that's how that works.
I pay enough. I'm paying $12.
Okay, I got you.
Yeah.
Also, along the lines of Xbox, they have said that a couple of their games are no longer going to be Xbox exclusive. They're actually going to put them on PlayStation. Does this bother you? Because there are some people, they're either Xbox or they're PlayStation.
That doesn't
They're either
bother me that
Marvel
much.
or they're DC. They're either this or they're that. I want them all if I can afford them. So it doesn't bother me, but does it lessen the product if you bought the subscription for something and suddenly they're sharing it with the other ones? Tim, that doesn't bother you?
Yeah, I mean, it bothers me a little bit just because, you go out and you spend your money on something and then you could have saved money, I guess. I don't know.
As a member of the PC,
I mean, there's that, but then
I
there's
do not
also
bother with the trifles of the
Master
console
race.
peasants.
Well, I mean, there's also the idea that gaming is becoming just a big money grabber.
Everything's about money, though.
Yeah.
That's just how life
Like
is.
from the people that pay for them. Like, I feel like if you pay for a game once, then you should just have it.
Agreed. But
You know?
physical copies are going away. I mean, people just don't buy them anymore.
I
All
agree.
right. We are going to take our final break. When we come back, we're going to hit the lightning round and squeeze in as many other things as we can. You're listening to the Upstate Pulse right here on News Talk 98.9 WORD, the voice of pop culture.
Oh my gosh, I just realized we don't have the 100% Mario sidekick.
Do what?
Morning show on the weekend.
He's saying we don't have Luigi.
Or Tails.
Again, would you consider those were video games first?
Oh, right. We're not doing video game.
Yeah.
We're not doing
Yeah.
never mind. It's fine.
I mean, there are some
cartoons that come from them, but
Yeah.
I would consider them video games.
And I would say the majority, if not all of the ones that I picked are not only animated, but they're, at least as far as TV series goes, they also have a comic book.
Oh,
The movies don't. Shrek may have a comic book. I don't know.
I wouldn't be surprised, but I don't know.
I don't have my glasses on. I cannot read that. I gotta be honest.
This is something for the lightning round.
Okay, all right. I can't read it. So
Yeah, I'll read it out. And it's something right up our alley.
so to speak.
Yeah. No, Link is like Mario having to save somebody all the time.
If anything in the Legend of Zelda series, the sidekicks would be like Navi, Midna, characters like that.
Yeah.
What about the horse?
No, that's a mount. That's
Okay.
a more of a
So you don't give mounts credit?
not in your if you're talking about sidekicks.
Good point, because they're not to the side.
And by the way,
They're-
I want to apologize to everyone. I
No,
don't
they're
have it
everything.
posted yet because I really have trouble with Photoshop. I don't know why. I cannot grasp that technology. I mean, it tells me how to do something and I can't make it work and it ticks me off. And then finally I just give up. But,
What does it make sense to you?
all right, I'm trying to block some things out. And you know how to use the tool where you can get rid of something and it's not doing it. And there's just some things that I can't. I don't know. The old schedule, I could ask Matthew to help me, but I'm out of here by 1 usually. So Matthew's not here yet.
Yeah.
Voice, Carolina. How can we dance when our beds are bunny?
Well, there's a difference between when it comes to sidekicks and mounts, between an actual character, like take Battle Cat, for example, who would probably be considered a sidekick to him.
Hold on now, Battle Cat or Cringer?
Yeah, because he's Cringer. Cringer
when I
would
say
be the
Battle
sidekick.
Cat, I'm referring
yeah,
to both.
Yeah, Cringer would be the sidekick. But they are the
It's
same
like when
person.
you refer to He-Man, you're usually referring to Adam and He-Man.
No.
Yeah,
No.
they are the same person.
They are.
Yeah.
Roses are red, violets are blue. I'm schizophrenic, and so am I.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know what bearing that has on this conversation, but
I feel like he's established what he's saying.
When I lift my sword aloft, I become Odie. I think. I don't
No,
know.
I think Odrin would work better when you're raising your sword aloft. It's just more. It's more legendary.
Odie. Always Odie.
Odrin sounds more legendary while raising your sword. I'm just saying, if I'm reading a book
No.
and Odrin raises his sword, automatically you get respect. If Odie raises his sword, I'm like, yeah, he ain't gonna do
Ooh,
anything
yeah.
with that.
You know what he's gonna do with it?
He's not doing nothing.
Odie
with
is
that.
some
Odie
drunk guy
raises-
Yeah,
stumbling
it's
out of a pub.
it's
Odrin is a hero of
If
legend.
Odie raises his sword, then you know it's about to happen.
All right, time for the lightning round where we squeeze in as many things as we can. I'm going to go first, and then afterwards, Odie has something, or Odrin does. Spider-Man Noir, who is voiced by Nicolas Cage in the cartoon. Nicolas Cage is in talks to do a live-action Spider-Man Noir series. You guys in for that?
Yes.
sure. That sounds
Anything Nicolas
interesting.
Cage. Tim.
Yeah,
it's
I'm in.
Marvel, so of course you're in.
Yeah, I'm in.
He was
100%.
He was quick on that. Odie, do you know what Spider-Man Noir is?
Yeah, it's like Spider-Man.
It's
Because it's a noir.
yeah, but noir as in at night. He like wears a trench coat. He's actually a reporter.
Oh, we'd call him.
by-
We'd call him Spider-Man Nacht.
Noir is a genre.
It's a genre. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
Spider-Man Nacht. That's what we call him now.
It's black and white.
All right, you
and-
got something. Do your something.
My something is that the Odysseus lander, also known as Odie, has been launched going to the moon. He's just after taking off. I am a space cadet.
All right, what country launched it?
Merca.
Okay. All right.
Odie,
well
can you-
done. Well done, man. You're acclimating. Way to go. Way to go, you.
Can you say that you're doing your part?
I am doing my part.
There you go.
All right. Deadpool trailer. Did anyone watch the Deadpool trailer?
I
Yes,
watched
it
I
it.
did not get a chance.
All right, it is
I
the
did my part
yes,
Thank you.
by watching.
it is the most viewed trailer in the history of mankind. And Tim didn't watch it yet. You should watch it.
I didn't watch it.
I would expect
Yeah.
nothing less.
Well,
Yeah.
family matters,
Yeah,
you know.
no, I get it.
That
you know.
show's been off the air for
If
years.
if you don't have 3 minutes, but anyway, you should check it out if you get a chance. It's people are speculating this is Deadpool kills the Marvel universe, but in this case, Deadpool is going to kill the Fox universe because it's going away.
Yep.
Because
Yeah.
Marvel bought them, and so we're going to see what happens.
What if it's Deadpool kills Deadpool that's trying to kill the Marvel
So
universe?
that could he did
That's-
once.
That's twisting my melon, man.
Yeah, he killed Deadpool in the last one.
Twisting my
Remember?
melon.
He killed the Deadpool who had his mouth covered.
Yeah.
That's still.
I feel like it's just going to be an hour of him just stabbing
Yeah.
himself repeatedly. So that's
all I
good.
want is as much Mohinder as I can get. That's all. I mean, Mohinder's the guy. Speaking of sidekicks, why did I put Mohinder in there? I don't know.
What is wrong with
Because
you?
I put Bob in there instead.
You see, you
okay.
could.
All right, Twister's trailer also came out. Is anyone interested in Twister?
I don't know what
Twisters.
that is.
All right, Tim, Twister's trailer. I know you didn't watch the Deadpool, so you probably didn't watch Twisters.
No, I didn't.
If you're watching
Is
Super,
it, if it does it anything to do with the old movie Twister?
yeah, it's like a sequel,
Sequel.
Okay.
but it's a more modern.
I would watch it.
It's a modern version of
I
it.
love the old movie.
Yeah, so do I. So the original Twister, there is a scene. I've said this before, but we got a new audience. There is a scene where a tornado tears down a drive-in theater. They're at
Yeah,
the
it's
drive-in
pretty
theater
dope.
when it happens. Well, there is a drive-in theater, Southern Drive-In, for like Keith and those guys who are listening back in Ohio, who got torn down by a tornado. My wife, myself, and young Cameron were watching Twister at that same drive-in that had been torn down by a tornado. During the scene where the tornado tears,
No way.
the sirens went off for real, and we're listening going, is that? And so it was the old speakers that you put in the window, and I turned it down and was like, oh no, you got to be kidding me. And so you're stuck at the drive-in. There's nothing you could really do. I had seen one pass over there before, but not this time. But still, how ironic is that? Watching the drive-in scene on Twister when a tornado siren goes, it looks pretty good. But there's no Helen Hunt in it. And I don't know if you could do that without.
Yeah.
I mean, she was pretty good. And what's his name?
Bill Paxton.
Bill Paxton passed
Yeah.
away.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did.
It looks not like a retelling, but a modern version of it. And
Is Clint Powell going to be like Harry Elwes? in this?
looks like it. Looks like it. Yeah. So
'Cause, I mean, he has that kind of like punchability.
yeah, he does. He looks like he looks like a punk, just like Harry Elwes did in the
He
original.
plays it well.
Yeah.
I like him as an actor.
All right. Also, X-Men 97 trailer just came out. It comes back next month. X-Men is back. And the trailer looks really, really good. If you haven't seen it, check it out. Looking forward to that. Because that everyone knows that when you think of X-Men, you think of that. And the music is back, by the way. It's the same music, everything. It's a continuation of what happened in that. Also, Paul McCartney had his bass guitar stolen 50 years ago. They found it and returned it to him.
Oh wow.
Estimated value is like $2 million, I think it was.
Yeah, and he's going to sell it.
Well, yeah. No, estimated 12.6 million.
Yeah.
I was off just a little bit.
Just a
So
little bit.
Just a touch.
just a tad. So congrats.
We got to say a massive thank you as well to everybody on the text, because the text line, it exploded tonight. So thank you, everybody out there.
Also, everyone on the stream, thank you for listening. We'll continue all this next week. We want you all to have a great weekend. And yeah, we did that thing again that we do. And we did it well, or as well as we can.
Wow.
That voodoo that
Yes.
you do oh so well.
Somebody go back and get a load of dimes. You're listening to the Upstate Pulse right here on News Talk 98.9 WRD, the voice of the Carolinas. And that, dear friends, is how you hit the post. Yeah.
I gotta watch that movie again.
What in the wild? It was on the other day.
Was it?
Yeah.
It's on Netflix. It's on Netflix.
It was on, I think it was on AMC or something like that.
He rode a blazing saddle. We're still live, by the way.
Yes, I know. This is my shooting hand.
Oh, Tim disappeared.
He didn't want to say goodbye to
okay,
everybody.
Well, he just all right. Say goodbye, Odie.
Hold on, somebody asked me something on this that I didn't get a chance to get.
What they asked you?
I don't know.
You done been asked. Thanks, Mark.
They
you
asked
try.
me something.
Thank you, Chris.
Thank you, guys. No. Oh, yeah, don't forget Nighttime with Odie, 7 o'clock. Thursday night. Got a great show lined up, so make sure you tune in. Just go to the Nighttime with Odie Facebook page.
With face?
Go to the Nighttime with Facebook Odie page, and you can follow and like it there and all that fun stuff. Don't forget the podcast is still there, so tune in to the podcast.
Also,
my face with Odie.
Yeah, Trey. Tim still hasn't
That's the
seen.
face.
Tim still hasn't seen Princess Bride. If he hasn't watched the trailer for Deadpool, he definitely ain't watched Princess Bride.
I'm going to watch the trailer for Deadpool right now. Well,
let's get off the stream
as soon
first.
as we get off the screen.
Yeah, all right. Say goodbye, Odie.
Goodbye, Odie.
Say goodbye, Matthew.
Goodbye, Matthew.
Say goodbye, Cameron.
Why are you
use the
guys
same
still
hand.
here?
Yeah.
We have to use the
I
same
am
hand.
going to say goodbye, and
It's a blur.
I will see you guys Tuesday on the Rob Brown Show.
Muppets running away.
Bye-bye.
Blah, blah, blah.